Forged from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Es la soca parranda. ¡Qué chévere! ¡Va!
It's the NETT Radio Breakfast Show, bringing you the energy, music, and vibes to start your day right.
Es la soca parranda.
It's a soca parranda.
Qué chévere.
Yeah. Let's start your day right with a little soca parranda. Music of Dynamicos getting us going. Hey. Good morning, everybody, and of course, welcome to it.
From America.
It is New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Like parranda.
Heartbeat of the Caribbean, taking it above and beyond. We don't mind that for a minute.
Just take your guitar and sing a parranda.
So, good morning to everybody. 9 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. Yeah.
My friend what's best?
Good morning, Trinidad, Tobago, neighbors in the Caribbean, friends who are streaming all around the globe. Thank you very much for coming down, coming across, tuning in, tuning on, logging on. Wherever you got here, it's important that you are here. Thank you. As we officially welcome everybody on the inside, thanks to the Heavenly Father for bringing us together for another day. What a beautiful day it is, and all that we do there, Father, let it be a blessing on to you. Sir Charles, that is me. Happy am I to be in the space as always with you. It's a Thursday morning, yeah. It feels really good too. As we open the doors to the weekend here, and we say a very special good morning to everybody as we welcome you to the breakfast show.
I said to this good
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here, we bring in the soca way. Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Morocco's Bay to the Savannah line, let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show, energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
Okay, good morning, everybody, and of course, welcome to your Get Up and Go breakfast show for Thursday morning. It's the 16th day. Yeah, wow, 16th day of July, and we're happy to be here with you. I want to say a very special good morning to everybody, and of course, good morning to my co-host Richard, who will join us sometime within this hour, and also to Wendell. Good morning to you, Wendell.
Morning, Sir Charles. Morning, Richard. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. I don't know what happened a while ago, but was there a power surge or something by you or I don't know. I just got I was in and I just got completely knocked out and had to start all over again.
Yeah, I realized that. I don't know what it is. And then I myself, I said, well, maybe the system was idling for too long, because when I tried to the breakfast intro, it just wouldn't. I had to click it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm driving a Mazda.
I end up losing all my settings. I don't know what happened.
Wow.
It just, it's strange. But anyway, we're back in. We are happy to be here with you again this morning. It's a kind of mixed morning. There was a heavy shower rain in Arima this morning.
Yes.
And heavy shower rain. But it looks like it wants to clear up now. So hopefully it'll be a nice day. Yesterday was a beautiful day. For the entire day. Yesterday was a beautiful day. And of course, you people got the result you wanted, because somehow or the other, these teams conspiring to just not play football after playing football. It just seems like England decide, okay, fellas, the script is Argentina goes to the final. So let's play good football up until the 75th minute or thereabouts or wherever, and then stop. Because England stopped playing football. They stopped. They literally shut down. And just let the Argentinian team run past them. So congratulations to Argentina. They have reached the finals against Spain. I don't think we've ever had an Argentina-Spain final.
I'm too sure.
Yeah. But they are playing. And of course, this picture is circulating with Lionel Messi bathing Lamine Yamal as a baby. I don't know if you've seen that picture.
No, I have not.
Yeah. Apparently, there was something happening back then, 19 odd years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Lamine Yamal as a baby was being bathed by Lionel Messi. I don't know how accurate that picture is. I don't know, but I've seen it, and there's a story behind it. So they're linking it back to this particular match where 19 years later, here they are in the finals together. I guess they're trying to link some sort of faith to it, But yeah, Argentina is in the final, so there are a few of my friends are very happy. One of them, his name is Adande Pigot. He is very happy. You understand? Mrs. R, very happy. Sir Charles, very happy.
Oh, yes.
Alan Samuel, very happy. They're boasting on social media these days. Lord, if you see them. But anyway, maybe Spain will be their Waterloo final comeuppance. But did Argentina really unfurl a Falklands flag at the end of the game, Sir Charles? Did their fans actually did that actually happen? I've seen that also trending this morning.
No, yeah.
The flag that says Las Malvinas, which means the Falklands. It's in reference to the Falklands situation between them and England.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard so, but I'm not 100% sure.
If that is so, they should be banned. They should be kicked out of the World Cup.
Everybody want all kind of things to happen to Argentina, But the reality of it is, all the teams who have been trying to boot them out have not done so successful at all. And as if England shut down, France shut down, this one shut down, so everybody else shut down. Whether they're playing Argentina or not, they shut down.
They robbed them against Egypt.
And
Egypt didn't shut down. They just playing thief.
Well, it's a matter of opinion.
They just playing thief. And somebody pointed out too in that game yesterday, Argentina got one yellow card. One yellow card.
So what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Eh.
After the way Argentina does play, you know how Argentina does play, Sir Charles. Argentina does play rough.
It's a tough team. You understand?
Mm.
And that is why they are where they are, because they are a tough team. Yeah, so they are a big team, and look at it. This is the second time that they had to come from behind and win a game.
Yeah. Kudos to them for that.
In the World Cup has been able to successfully come from behind and win some of those games. Argentina has been able to do that. So when you're playing against Argentina, you don't play for 45 minutes. You don't play you have to play a full 90 minutes and beyond.
No, but England shut down yesterday. England completely shut down their game yesterday. I don't know what the England coach, the English, well, I mean, they blame the coach, but guess what? The players on the field. You supposed to know what to do. You don't need a coach to tell you that you can't just simply shut down after having a 1-0 lead.
Yeah,
you can't.
Even after they would have drawn level, even if that was the plan of the coach at this particular stage, that plan had to go down because you are now, level. So get back on your bicycle and start to pedal again.
And you're absolutely right, Sir Charles. England, Argentina was just hitting the post. The goalie stretching out. It was only a matter to I say, well, England could get about 6 today at the end. The way they were playing.
Yeah, but
no, it was a terrible match for England. For people who backed England, Guy Griffin must be depressed today.
Oh, yeah, so you must mash up enough TV yesterday. He must mash up enough.
Oh, God. No, but almost everybody wanted Argentina to lose. I wouldn't say they wanted England to win, but they wanted Argentina to lose.
They didn't care who won. Once Argentina lost, good morning, CJ.
Yeah. CJ was back in England.
You're back in anybody to beat Argentina.
Good.
The interesting about it is that I see people who had their teams in the World Cup. So as it's all out and everybody who come against Argentina, they're going to beat Argentina. Boom! All right, so now they'll pick a next team.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Egypt going to do it. Boom! Then this one going to do it. All right, okay. Well, we're down to the final two.
No, but they've been lucky, yes, Richard. I mean, Argentina is almost like Australia when it comes to cricket. They don't ever give up. You understand? I give Argentina that. And I'm on record as saying I like Messi. I think he's the best thing in football. But I don't like Argentina. You understand?
Well,
but I really like Lionel Messi. I've followed his career. I've followed his teams, the teams he's played for, you know what I mean? I really like him as a player. And I think he's humble and to me he has it. He has all the attributes of a great player. You understand? But I don't like his team. You know?
And the thing about him also is that, and this is what makes his team so dangerous too, because of the fact that he can be the main scorer at times, but then he can be the creator of the plays.
The main provider. Yeah. And he showed that yesterday.
Others will step up and trust me, and everybody in front of the goal deadly.
Yes, you're right. You're right. That first goal was one hell of a strike. A goal. The Argentinian goal, that is.
Yeah.
You know?
They have in I think it was the Cape Verde game. They was one of the defenders that came from behind and to score a header. You know what I mean? The team had real depth. So, but it is what it is.
Yes, folks. England plays France on Saturday for the third place. I expect that match will be one hell of a lackluster match. I expect, because both of them probably totally depressed because of where they came from and how they lost. So that will probably be a very lackluster game. And then Spain plays Argentina on Sunday in the final. Lamine Yamal versus Lionel Messi. Somebody sent me a message this morning. My partner Gershwin sent me a message this morning. Let me read it for you. Because Argentinians would love this. Let me read this message for you. He said, God decided he wanted to play football. Guess how he came down and did it? Make a guess, search out. He shortened his name from Messiah, Messiah. He dropped the AH and named himself Messi. And there's somebody who don't believe in God.
Yeah. Oh my word.
God shortened his name from Messiah to Messi.
Only take that. All right.
So all the Argentinian fans only could use that courtesy Gershwin Steven.
Yes, right? That's right, Gershwin. Yeah. You see how creative that people are? Yeah, man.
Even trust me, he is very creative. Shortened his name from Messiah to Messi.
Next thing you find when they decide to really talk to the man, Messi, why your parents really name you that? And, oh my word. Some report that next time they get the opportunity to talk.
Yeah, but that's his surname, eh? But anyway, I mean, Lionel. I remember we used to tease anybody named Lionel or Leo, that you're a liar. That is the tease that people with that name used to get long time. Remember?
I never do that.
Because they didn't used to say Lionel, they used to say Lionel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, folks, happy birthday to a few people. Today is Junior Regrello's birthday. That is the former mayor of San Fernando and father of Justin. What's his name? What's the Regrello boy name? My God.
Padman. Yeah. Padman extraordinaire.
Yeah. Why his name just went out of my head. I was going to say Justin, but no, I don't think it's Justin.
No, it is.
And happy birthday also to Colin Fonrose. He is celebrating his birthday today. He's a member of the TTDF. Marcel Johnson, I think he listens to us in the morning. Happy birthday, Marcel. And Annette Dockwell. They are all celebrating birthdays today. Today, of course, is July 16th, 2026, and the time is 6:23 a.m. Joshua, thank you. Joshua Regello. Thanks, Magic.
Yeah.
Joshua
and you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we can get into good news and then we'll greet the folks in the chat.
5 things you must stop doing after 60. 1. Stop apologizing for resting. You have spent decades carrying responsibilities, building, providing, sacrificing. Rest is no longer a reward. It's a necessity. Your body isn't asking for permission. It's asking for kindness. 2. Stop living to satisfy everyone else. For years, you worried about opinions, expectations, approval. But peace begins the moment you stop needing everyone to understand your choices. Your life belongs to you, not to the voices around you. 3. Stop neglecting your health. At this stage, health becomes your greatest wealth. Every walk, every healthy meal, every good night's sleep, every quiet moment without stress is an investment in the years you still have ahead. 4. Stop carrying emotional weight. Old arguments, old regrets, old disappointments. They don't punish the past. They steal the present. Forgiveness doesn't always free the other person. Sometimes it finally frees you. 5. Stop believing your best years are behind you. Some people become wiser after 60. Some become happier. Some finally discover purpose. Not because life became easier, but because they finally stopped wasting it. And here comes the most important part. Growing older doesn't reduce your value. It reveals it. The strongest people after 60 aren't the ones with the most money or the most success. They're the ones who finally learned what deserves their energy and what deserves to be left behind. That's what real wisdom looks like.
I think we should make a commitment to play that once a week. or once every other week or something. So that particular good news.
Why are you assuming that there are many people over 60 watching the show?
No, I'm just assuming that the message in it, forget the last part, the message in it means so much to people, especially the part about forgiveness. Forgiveness is not really about the other person, it's really about you. A lot of people have difficulty forgiving, you know? A lot of people, you know, at all ages, you know, have difficulty forgiving, and I sometimes do. I have to tell you that. You understand? So it's a very important message within there. I don't know why people feel though, why these videos feel though that showing a couple at that age is the ideal story to tell. Sometimes you just want to be alone, eh? You want to travel the world alone.
You just talk about forgiveness and you're bringing your totem baggage into the conversation.
I'm not toting my baggage.
You bring your baggage into the conversation. That wasn't just baggage, you know, that was a heap of baggage.
You know, just stop.
Like 5 suitcases and a set of hand luggage.
You just know too damn much about me. That's your problem. So your interpretation of whatever I say is about me. That's your problem. You bring your baggage into it too. That's your problem. No, but it's a good video. It's a great message within it. You know what I mean? It's like almost like was it Guy Tune? Not because you retire, time to expire. Yeah. It's a long things,
discover new things. Be a lifelong learner. Learn all sorts of stuff. But you know, but the issue of resting, you're not apologizing for resting. Well, I wish I could, you know, sleep a little more, but so that I suppose there are many people 60 and over who are as busy as they were anyway. Because the world has, you know, has changed in a particular kind of way. And but the issue of not trying to satisfy everybody was a version of that, is what he said. And you know, that things that drain your energy or you don't feel love for anymore, get it out of your life. You know. So
get it out. Let it go and.
All right, come on, let's greet people in the stream, Wendell. Oh.
He gone?
He falling out.
What happened? What's happening with my system? It just got knocked out again.
Yeah, internet is probably just dropping.
It's not the internet. I think I'm starting to think it's this device that I'm using, because this is not the first time it has happened with this particular device. You know, like when I scroll, because I have to use my fingers to scroll on the screen, it just reboots the whole system. I must be touching something wrong. Anyway, let's greet the folks in the chat now, Richard. I mean, hope it doesn't happen again, because that's what I was doing when it rebooted. Let me get to the top. Hold on. Right. Kenny in Harlem says good morning. He came in at exactly midnight. Margaret Thomas, Pamela O'Connor, Stephanie Santana says good morning. Victor Phillip, have a great day. Trinman, Diane Payne, Apollonius also says good morning. Robert Allen, Felix Kazo, Carol Guevara, Manuela Peters, Michael Eastman. Richard, do I need to teach you how to do this? Because you know when you do it, you literally read every message, every word.
Me know, I was clicking ahead of you that just now there, so I don't know why.
No, I said when you actually reading it.
I'm not reading it?
No, you're not listening to me. Hold on, let me go a little slower. When you are doing this part of the show, reading it, when I'm not there and you're reading it, you understand?
Yeah.
You read every message. You read every word.
Yeah, because it's a little bit more difficult because you're clicking and because of how my screen is situated, I can't read it directly there. I have to read it on the screen.
Okay. All right. You're giving me an excuse that don't make sense, but that's all right. Let's go ahead.
So I have to click and then see what it is on the screen.
No, just say good morning. You don't have to say good morning, beautiful people.
Sometimes I'm just clicking through, and that's why sometimes I'll also click people who saying things over and over or repeating.
You do that a lot. You do that a lot.
Yeah, because of the same reason. For me to do how you do it, I would have to shift my chair this way to be in front of that part of the screen.
Shift.
That's what I'm saying.
Or shift the screen. We can't have you here when I'm not here.
But I'm saying I will have to shift to this side of the screen. You'll have to see the setup to understand.
Okay. Folks, we actually having a meeting on here, but that's all right.
This is the back. This is the back room. Sorry, but I'll never.
Anyway,
I'll be off camera, in other words.
Yeah. Empress Reyes Lal says, good morning, beautiful people. Joyce Phillip, Debbie Modest also says, good morning. Marcia Rock. John Cato says, Wendell, you got messy with a Y. What's that? I'm not sure what you mean there, John. Victor Phillip knockoff internet. Victor Phillip. It happened to Victor Phillip too, man. Sherma Paul, good morning. Beefy Smith, happy wedding anniversary to Sherwin and Juliet out there in Arriba. Blessed morning to from Arlene Lewis. Ian Stewart, Margot Batiste. Show not on Facebook. So Charles, did you fix that yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm disputing with them. So it looked like it might take a couple of days.
All right. Marlon Motley, good morning. Empress Rez is singing. Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona. Deborah Noel Surrett. Alistair Hart says the only thing I'm missing is hops and ham. I just have to tell you, Sir Charles, play me a part. Okay. Philomena Ali, good morning. Michael Sankofa, that says, a hard day has come for the Granderson family. Well, today is your mom's funeral. All right. Condolences again, Sankofa. I know she's been around a long time. I think your mom might have been in her 90s, wasn't she? Robert Taylor, good morning. Kurt Hope from Nashville, Tennessee, who we heard from yesterday for the first time. Nadia Stephen also says, good morning. Sankofa says,
Nadia? I said Nadia when I read it.
Yeah, but it's Nadia or Nadia. We grew up calling her Nadia.
Yeah, listen, James, people are very strange.
We are. We are. No, but we grew up calling her Nadia. It's only later on we started hearing people say Nadia. You know? So either one is good. Sankofa says urgent need for water. And he said, Richard, what is happening with water in Arima?
I don't know what sir. Turbidity. What else you want me to tell you? Lots of rain, so turbidity.
But Arima, I don't know. And Malabar, I'm seeing a lot of complaints from people in Malabar, especially. But Tampuna Road is, I just know when in our water, when the big pothole out in front of our water in it is when they place our water.
Yeah.
That big pothole out in front of my Mandalay there.
Yeah.
It dry these days.
I don't know.
Anyway.
The only explanation I have is stability.
Yeah, pothole then.
But yeah. But I don't. Who are you? Where does that area get water from?
I don't know. Guanapo? I don't know, man.
Because they have different. Some have Guanapo. Some have. There's another one that some people have. Even on this street, even on the street I am on, one end of the street is not Guanapo. It's another.
Or somewhere.
One of those, a repo or something like that. Yeah. It's weird sometimes. So, but don't start me up on water now.
Mrs. R says good morning, and of course she's back in Argentina. Piggy Lou Blue, oh please.
Good morning, Mrs. R.
Great football. Ilarizan, long time we haven't heard from you, Ilarizan, at least not for the week. Blessings all from Carlisle Cupid. Jason Samuel says, yes, Lamine was bathed by Messi when he was 5 months old. His parents won a raffle and won a prize for a photo shoot when Messi was 20 years old playing for FC Barcelona. Yeah, I've seen that picture trending. I wasn't sure if it was true, but apparently it is. Mrs.
I
Alice
sent
says
that video in the group last night.
with
There's a
Lamin
video with a
being
guy
there.
talking about it there.
Okay. Richard, you get water from Hollis Dam. That's what somebody told me.
No, I don't get from Hollis Dam. I get from Guanapo.
Oh, you do?
Other parts of Arima get from Hollis. I know where I get water from.
But when they'll switch off that awful mind you have sometimes. To read. Ava Smith says, bless rising, Wendell, Richard answered. Charles Melchizedek says, good morning. Carlisle Cupid said the English coach Thomas Tuchel should not have resorted to a low block after scoring when they were on the front foot. He allowed Argentina to dominate for sure. Eh? I still blame any coach, but the players on the field too, Carlisle. I mean, come on. Wendell, you're rolling back. Don't forget your debt. Yeah, I tell you, if Argentina win on Sunday, I'm stripping. I told you all that, but you better sign on very early, everybody here, and tell all your friends and family. Jason, Argentina got 3 yellow cards yesterday. Diane Payne, Wendell, Argentina plays the game. Well, they never give up. True, eh? Kim Govaya, good morning. Magic says, that's what I asked about Joshua. Kim Govaya, England lost their spark for sure. Morning, Sherwin and Juliet Kerr celebrating their anniversary. They now wake up now. They now come out of bed. Carlisle Cupid, Argentina really unfolded a banner about the Malvinas. I saw that when I was doubting it, but clearly it's true. Nicola McNichols, Carlisle Cupid, stoic teaching. A lot of rechatters here. Nobody wants to be alone, Wendell. You stop them feel so. CJ from New York, Richard, good one. Magic is now saying good morning. Hill Bench, good morning, gentlemen. Have a blessed day. Morning, Miss Benjamin. Sankofa asks if you will have a radio band. If you will have a radio band. No, we don't. I think you know that. We're online strictly. Trini gets fit. Carla Hercules, good morning. Eunice Dublin got up late today. Good morning. Stellar Services, Katia and Charles saying special morning also to Arlene and Stephen. Carla Hercules, good morning. Nicola McNichols for giving his ED. The difficult part is forgetting. Ron DeSantis Jr. breaking. DHS will soon reveal a massive fraud bust. It's about 10,000 foreign students via agents of anti-USA nations involved in a federal program.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Right.
Hillben say, Richard, you ain't easy. That is why I watch this show. Andre Reno, good morning. Nicola McNichols, first day of the week. I'm up early. Yes, Sankofa. I know that Adande actually had sent me that thing there about those directional signs. Hopefully it will, those things, that situation that you've been complaining about for years will be solved, right?
What are you talking about?
The directional signs by Mount Lambert, St. Joseph there now. With the lane issues that they've been having for years now.
That's the Ministry of Works.
Yeah, Ministry of Infrastructure, Transport and Civil Aviation. Remember they split up the ministries, right?
So who's in charge of roads?
Roads is Works.
So
but
works.
transport will deal with the traffic part of it. They split the ministries, Richard. It's no longer Works and Transport or Works and Infrastructure.
Okay, I get you. All right, so it's Works for the road. So
Yeah.
let me interrupt you continuing here before I forget something.
Mm-hmm.
Once upon a time, the Ministry of Works decided to do a job of expanding O'Meara Road and making it flow nicely from Churchill Roosevelt Highway into O'Meara Road with a wonderful roundabout with some signage that are a little questionable by a private enterprise that, I felt should be digital and shift because so many popular people came from Arima. Just having two, I find is a disservice to Arimians. I find it should be a digital sign, and every now and then you flick different people and give their history. That's me. All right? And so they did all of this work. But like the once upon a time story cannot end. Because to this day, that project has now been abandoned. So all you have is these big concrete partitions and metal bins, very unsightly.
And a pond, don't forget the pond, don't forget the green pond that's there.
The green pond. So the work is incomplete. There is no end, and they live happily ever after. What it is now is a road trap that people who don't know it, you have to really come to a slow to turning left into O'Meara Road. It is borderline dangerous.
Yep.
And I have said nothing about it because I was waiting. Let me see, because there have to be adults in the damn room. Are there no adults in the Ministry of Works that recognize that that is a danger in terms of how you are exiting from a highway? Nobody could have scraped up the 500,000. Well, what am I saying in Trinidad? It can't be 500,000. The $5 million to just finish off that whole section.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. I join you with that because I use there. I don't go up to Tampuna Road again because Tampuna Road is just so awful to go through. You understand? Yes. I go through O'Meara, right? So I exit there, and it's always, you always have to be maneuvering the road because the road is so uneven. You don't know if you can end up in the green pond. You
exactly.
Understand?
What road agency on planet Earth could rest easy and watch that? What road agency will be accepting that?
Yeah.
Really?
And I don't know what
that is a perfect example that somebody should put up a sign with an arrow pointing to it saying that good enough for them. Because that is a perfect example of state agencies saying that good enough for all here.
And Richard, I want to add to that, right? Folks, just forgive us, right? For those of you who travel,
before you start, Wendell, this is not a UNC thing.
No.
Or a PNM thing. This is about a state agency thing.
And I often wonder, Richard, the owners of that gas station, and they concern you literally as you exit that turn. You have to, if you have to go in the gas station, you have to swing, make a sharp left into the gas station. You know?
Yep.
That gas station has to be losing business because of that, what they've left there. How they've left there.
I don't know.
They've got to be losing business.
It is amazing to me. I'm like, every time I come up that road, I say, I have to talk about this, and I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's continue.
All right. Bernadette and Nelesia Yates. Suzanne Jessup also says good morning. Gavin Frank, in case I missed you. Anne Noel from Oshawa, Maria Cellier, Maria Margot Batiste, also called Trinidad Margot. Oh, that's why. I was wondering who it was. Red Fire, peace to the gods. Sankofa say mom was 90. All right, thanks for that. After the final whistle, Argentinian history doesn't disappear. Magic is la. Cheryl Marad says good morning. A lot of rechatters here. Brent Hackshaw. Therefore, Miss TT Love. Therefore, Miss TT Love. I think that's what it is. Blessed morning. Fraud information, fraud activities. That last game looked like a Trump call. Oh boy. Wendell know the English coach admitted that he changed his strategy. Yeah, he did stupidness. But again, it's the players on the field.
I think after England got that 1-0, they went into defensive posture rather than keeping an attacking posture.
Yeah, I don't know what they did. They just shut down.
They were trying to defend the 1-0 to win.
Yeah.
And that's never a good idea.
Nope. Historical trivia.
We'll have to put the second hour, the first hour in the second hour.
What is that?
Look at the time and where we are at.
Okay. What happened? Folks have a wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God.
We're going to be called into a serious meeting by management.
Oh yeah.
The board is going to say it was unacceptable.
And we are still doing the start of the show.
The signal I get there was to say let go and let God and say
no. Finish your greetings, let's go.
The greetings done.
People, we are the point at where we should be at 6:20. But go ahead. It's now 7:15.
Anybody else? Good morning.
Right. Everybody else, and all the people on the WhatsApp, good morning. Break and come back. Are you a business owner? Well, take advantage of NETT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV Christmas in July advertising special. Throughout the month of July, enjoy 33% off all advertising packages. Whether you are micro, small, medium, or large business, now is the perfect time to put your product and service in front of the people who matter. Reach your audience through radio, television, and social media, all at 33% off. Don't miss this limited Christmas in July offer. Call us today at 281-1315 or 299-5156 and let NETT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV help you grow your business. But hurry, this special offer ends July 31st. It's Christmas in July on NETT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Get ready.
The road to football's biggest stage starts right here on NETT Radio and Gael TV. Join us for Inside the Net, the road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights. Every weekday, take a journey through World Cup history, legendary players, unforgettable goals, football's greatest nations, rising stars, iconic stadiums, and the stories behind the beautiful game. From Brazil to Argentina, Germany to France, and every nation chasing football glory. Join us daily at 7:55 a.m. and 11:55 a.m. Don't just watch the World Cup, live the passion. Inside the Net, road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights.
All aboard!
Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on NETT Radio. NETT Radio Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August, boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcuts Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJs, Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early bird tickets are just $200 after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumbox, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Crep, Bats International in Arima, K Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall, and Eastgate Small, and all NETT DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. NETT Radio, Halloween Cooler Crew, Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Halloween on the sea.
Folks, this program is as great as it is because of our inflexibility, right? And because of our synergy between Richard, myself, Richard, Sir Charles, Charles, myself, and the three of us. That's why this show is the best show on radio anywhere in the world, okay? Oh, they don't get tired with us. Anyway, today's Express Online, today, of course, is July 16th. Parents signal legal action. That's the parents of the little child who was killed by the jet ski in Tobago. They have signaled legal action.
Angelica Jogi.
Yeah, I think everybody saw that one coming, and they should. Methanex shuts down Titan plant. Argentina breaks England wall. Well, we discussed that ad nauseum this morning. Lending hand, and that's about cricket. Some of the other trending stories in today's Express Online. 8-year-old tells, this was the strangest story I see. I couldn't read the story. I didn't read it because I know how to get upset. But 8-year-old tells 19-year-old mother she was being raped. I absolutely refuse to read that story.
You know, I had the same thing when I saw it. I could not, after reading the headline, I couldn't read the story.
Yeah, I said I'm not reading that story. That's going to upset me. But it's in the papers. You all can read it. I'm not reading. Gun attack in Diego Martin takes murder toll to 204. Delcy thanks TNT PM. Hey, well, look at how we getting back oil and gas. Other CARICOM leaders for 8. Central Block handed over, and of course that's the Ministry of Health. And Kamala reaffirms U.S. ties. That's also, all of those are trending stories in today's Express Online, okay? And just to add to that, Richard, let's continue in the vein. You see, everybody on this chat, everybody who listens to us, they are equally important to us. And greeting them in the morning is a pleasure and a joy, right? It's very important to us. Okay? Good. Let me leave that there. Go ahead, Richard. Lincoln, I hope you're listening.
Hey. I'm trying to throw off the baggage off my back because I feel like you're pushing some on me. The Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. THA faces negligence lawsuit. Family of Pigeon Point jet ski tragedy. Victim seeks damages from the state operator following April 8th accident. And of course, the little girl in that horrible accident, Angelica Jogi. Very, very, very sad. Hummingbird AI Defense proposed TNT data center project. Rift in Prison Officers Association executive over Corresp's suspension. Man cries for justice after mom killed in accident. Centenarians enduring love story. Those are some of the main headlines. In business news, no formal contract with Cal yet, says SM Jalil. Government bans copper exports. First Citizens executive resigns. THA waiting on Marriott project to start construction. And Rugby named FCB deputy CEO. SCA top performer sets her sights on following in her sister's footsteps. And in sports, Taylor's heroic spinners earn Windies women clean sweep of Ireland. $20,000 winner takes all 2J Icon Cup to aid John. Sammy, we have to be able to win when we bat first. Local developer launches football prediction app. And Warriors assemble formidable overseas contingent for 2026 CPL campaign. So now you know, that's it for our daily newspapers this morning.
Okay, so we're playing catch up. So did you know, people?
They told you Indians came to Trinidad for a better life. That's not the full story, and the full story changes everything. In 1838, slavery was abolished in Trinidad. Over 17,000 enslaved Africans were freed, and for the British plantation owners, that was a crisis. Not a moral victory. A crisis. Because now they had no free labor, and their entire sugar economy depended on it. So they came up with a plan. They went to India, which Britain also controlled, and recruited workers under a system called indentureship. Between 1845 and 1917, over 140,000 Indians were brought to Trinidad to work the same plantations that enslaved Africans had just been freed from. But here's what they don't teach you in school. Most of those Indians had no real idea what they were signing up for. Recruiters, called arcatis, were paid per person they recruited and were notorious for lying. They promised good wages, good conditions, a short contract, and a free return passage home. What Indians actually got was 5 years of grueling plantation labor, wages so low they could barely survive, and living conditions that weren't much better than what the enslaved Africans had endured. They were not free. They were bound by contract. If they refused to work, they could be imprisoned. If they ran, they were hunted down. The system had a different name than slavery, but it was designed to function exactly the same way. And here's the part that still causes tension in Trinidad today. The British didn't just bring Indian laborers to fill a labor gap. They brought them specifically to undercut African workers. Freed Africans had started demanding fair wages and better conditions. The British response was to import a new group of desperate people who had no choice but to accept less. It was a deliberate strategy to divide the working class and keep both groups too busy competing with each other to challenge colonial power. And it worked. For over 150 years, it has worked. Because to this day, Afro-Trinidadian and Indo-Trinidadian communities are often pitted against each other, politically, economically, and socially. Two groups, both descended from people who were exploited by the same system, still divided. The British left in 1962. But the division they engineered, that's still very much alive. So here's the question. If both Africans and Indians in Trinidad were victims of British colonial exploitation, why are those two communities still the ones blamed for the country's racial tension?
All right. Some more folks joined us in the last few minutes, but I guess we could go straight into taking some calls from our people. Of course, our poll today is based on the World Cup. All right, and there it is already. Whom do you favor to win the World Cup 2026? Whom do you favor, right? If you're voting Argentina, you'll vote 1. That means about 4 people will vote. Spain, if you're voting Spain, you'll vote 2. All right.
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Yeah.
All right. So a nice, easy poll for you all today, right? If you're voting Argentina, you vote 1. If you're voting Spain, you vote 2. All right. And tomorrow, of course, it's your day where Lincoln and Miss Johnson could talk.
Yeah, people. So, people, we can take a couple of your calls very quickly. 2811-315-299-5156. In spite of everything, the football and everything, things are happening. So give us a call now.
Yeah, Renee Cummins has a very interesting article, Richard, on AI data centers, because that's her field. I'm gonna try to get her again, because I know last time I tried, she said because of the time difference, she wasn't able to facilitate the interview. But I'm going to try her again, because she wrote a very interesting article on AI, because that's what she lectures in. She's a professor in AI,
Okay. All right. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Is it true that the officiating referees on Sunday's game will be 3 Americans? If so, it looked like FIFA took my advice.
Did they say that?
J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio and the orange one.
Those are the 3 referees?
You sure they're not headed to Iran for that game?
Oh God. My God. I didn't hear them announce the referees for Sunday, but that'll be interesting if they really choose 3 American referees. I hope not. For their sake, for transparency's sake, I hope not.
I know that. Good morning.
Good morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning.
We're only talking about this road thing, right? And I said, let me call. That is to do with the Tunpuna and Omira Road. Now, the whole logic is like this. They're supposed to have an interchange put there and remove those 2 traffic lights, right? So I would tell you like this. From Omira on the highway, heading east, they're supposed to have that road running parallel to the highway, like what they did in Bongwe Road, down in El Sicoro, going to the Tunpuna lights, and then you put an interchange there. And I am of the opinion that is why all those drums still in that spot, because apparently the plan is to put an interchange. You know, you put in a parallel road going straight up to the east, and then up to that side, and then you put an interchange by Tunpuna Road. Because those two traffic lights, when you look at it, it might look as though they're far, but they're too close to one another, and it's time for we to move it. If we had to take a tractor in the middle of the night when everybody's sleeping and knock it down, you know, and put something else there to alleviate the traffic heading that way, that'll be something that we need to do. So this is the problem that we have, Richard and Wendell. We could cry how much we want. That is what have to be done. And Wendell or Richard, whatever happened to Miss Lahokita? We don't hear her at all.
Yeah, we have no idea, but thanks much. We haven't.
I would not have from Miss Lahokita in years.
In years? He bring up a name there that I didn't even. I don't think we've heard from her for quite a while.
Yeah. Is she still alive?
But I was afraid to ask that.
Well, let's hope that. All right, people, we are going for the news at 7 o'clock. Wendell, the poll again is what?
Our poll, whom do you favor to win World Cup 2026? Adande will say yes, Sir Charles, Mrs. R, and that's it. And then everybody else will vote 2 for Spain.
And
right?
then all the other haters.
All right, I'm taking that back. Folks, whom do you favor to win World Cup 2026? If you're voting for Argentina, you vote 1. If you're voting for Spain, you vote 2. All right, that's our poll. Let's get lots of votes on this, people. All right, and then when we come back, we'll open the lines again.
Okay.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, and Dial Caribbean TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Venezuela's acting president Delcy Rodriguez has thanked CARICOM countries for providing humanitarian aid following last month's devastating earthquakes that killed more than 4,300 people. Rodriguez praised the regional response, including support from Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Haiti, and several other Caribbean nations, saying it reflected the strong bonds of friendship across the region. CARICOM countries sent 88 containers of relief supplies, medical equipment, and specialist teams, while Haiti also deployed 35 doctors and a field hospital. Meanwhile, the Pan American Health Organization says recovery efforts are now focused on restoring damaged health services after 38 health facilities were affected by the disaster. Former Prisons Commissioner Gerard Wilson is urging against speculation after acting Prisons Commissioner Carlos Carraspe was sent on leave amid allegations he gave preferential treatment to detained businessman Dominic Hadid. Wilson says the allegations could damage the reputation of the prison service and affect officers' morale, but stressed the public should wait for the facts before reaching conclusions. He said any investigation would normally be handled by the Ministry of Homeland Security if there was sufficient information to justify action. Wilson also called for steps to restore confidence within the prison service. Efforts to obtain comment from Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander, Carraspe, and prison officials were unsuccessful. Security consultant Dr. Garvin Hira is calling for a stronger national security response after Trinidad and Tobago's murder toll climbed to 203. He says every homicide, whether linked to organized crime, domestic disputes, or personal conflicts, requires thorough investigations and successful prosecutions to deter future violence. Hira is urging greater investment in intelligence-led policing, expanded covert operations, stronger prison intelligence to disrupt gang activity, and closer coordination among the police service, prison service, strategic services agency, forensic experts, and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. He says a unified, intelligence-driven approach is essential to achieving a sustained reduction in violent crime. Police have ordered a second autopsy in the death of 14-year-old Andrea Francis, who was found dead at her Chaguanas home on July 4th. The examination is expected to take place this week at the Forensic Science Center. An initial autopsy found Andrea died from manual strangulation, blunt force injuries to the head, and aspiration pneumonitis, shifting the investigation from a suspected suicide to a homicide. Andrea's father has denied harming his daughter and says he only learned of the autopsy findings through social media. Police say no one has been detained and investigations are continuing. A 50-foot sailing vessel has been safely towed back to Chaguaramas after suffering mechanical problems off Trinidad's north coast. The vessel, SV Vesterkiesten, became disabled about 8 miles north of the first Boca and was at risk of drifting with the currents. A coordinated response by the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, North Post Radio Station, and the Marine Services Association brought the yacht safely under tow and back to port. No injuries were reported, and the cause of the mechanical failure remains under investigation. Finally, a freight train crew in Canada has been rescued after becoming trapped by fast-moving wildfires in Ontario. Dramatic footage showed the train traveling through flames near Armstrong, with crew members reporting they were surrounded by fire and requesting an emergency rescue. Canadian National Rail says all workers were safely evacuated, and operations in the area have been temporarily suspended. More than 100 wildfires are burning across Ontario, while smoke has blanketed Toronto, causing some of the worst air quality levels in the world. Officials are warning the smoke could spread into parts of the United States in the coming days. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Morning vibes, fresh energy. This is the NETT Radio Breakfast.
This morning, as I am accustomed doing each morn. As usual, I head straight for the kitchen. Right away, I knew son seems like she born. Yvonne, why is Christmas Day you choose? Yvonne, you have me so confused. It's Christmas morning, look neighbors coming, and parents playing. You don't know how I'm feeling. My heart is burning, my belly griping, look people laughing. Yvonne, why you leave me so and gone? Collect me memory, what happened the night before and such. But you know how things just get so busy when you had about 10 drinks too much. I came up with a blank, but let me tell you frank, I have one flask of white put the tank. Now I face with this problem, I even find me children. The house quiet and empty. Wishing, Yvonne, why is is Christmas Day you choose Yvonne? Girl, you have me so confused. It's Christmas morning, look neighbors coming and parang playing. Girl, you don't know how I'm feeling. My heart is burning, my belly griping. Look, people laughing. Yvonne, why is Christmas Day you gone? Christmas Day you choose Yvonne. Girl, you have me so confused. Against my own will I promise to spend Boxing Day with your mom. I thought we were living in bliss, where this running away thing come from. I didn't complain at all when we went in the mall and you buy a thick old cheap for all. Girl, you really is trouble. You leave a note on the table saying sorry but don't cry. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Yvonne, why is Christmas Day you leave? Yvonne, girl, you have me so deceived. It's Christmas morning, look neighbors coming and parents playing. Girl, you don't know how I'm feeling. My heart is burning, my belly griping. Look, people laughing. Yvonne, why you back up so and gone?
Just got better. You're locked into NETT Radio Breakfast Show. Fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
Well, I can tell you that's not the best time to leave. Christmas is one time. You can leave any other time, but don't leave at Christmas, alright? Everybody, welcome back on. Welcome to the second hour of the breakfast show. Of course, it is here on NETT Radio, near NETT Radio. And we're also coming to you on Gael Caribbean TV. So I want to say good morning to the folks at Gael Caribbean TV. Our Anthem crew, good day to you. And of course, everybody coming in along the way. Thanks for making us your choice on the breakfast show, okay?
In a bowl, but the oven was cold. Looking wrong,
of course, just to let you know that when we come off of the Gael feed and of course our social media platform, well, it's just YouTube. Having some Facebook moments right now. You can come across to netradiott.com. Of course, that way you're able to listen to the programming all day and every day. We stream 24 hours a day, right?
You don't know how I'm feeling. My heart is burning, my belly griping. Look, people
and we can also listen to us on any one of the streaming platforms. So whether you are on TuneIn, Radio Garden, Online Radio Box, MyTuner, Simple Radio. All you have to put in the command is NETT Radio Trinidad. If you have your smart devices like Alexa, there's an Alexa named Siri. Hey, Alexa, play NETT Radio Trinidad or play NETT Radio Trinidad. And of course, you'll be able to get us, right?
Remember all our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, of course our WhatsApp channel. You can join that. Just follow the channels at NETT Radio Trinidad. Simple branding across the road. Alright?
But let me tell you, Frank,
like, subscribe, follow. In our YouTube description, you can donate to support the channel. You can also donate on our website at netradiott.com. As soon as you get on that channel, there's a blue button that says donate, and of course you support the channel that way, okay? So our poll is up.
It's Christmas morning. Look, neighbors,
all you really supporting for the World Cup. All you really feel can lift that World Cup, eh?
My heart is burning.
If you feel it's Argentina,
look, people laughing.
4-time champion, 3-time champion, sorry. I'm not predicting things. You're voting 1. If it's Spain, Spain has probably won it once. You're voting 2, right? When we come back, we'll tell you how you are voting. Stay with us on The Breakfast Show. Wendell Stevens, Richard Rockabar sing, and of course yours truly, Sir Charles.
Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on NETT Radio, Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August. Boarding at 7 p.m. from Hard Cuts Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJs: Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early bird tickets are just $200 after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Crep, Bats International in Arima, K Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall, and Eastgate Small, and all NETT DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. NETT Radio, Halloween Cooler Crew, Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Halloween on the scene.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Are you a business owner? Well, take advantage of NETT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV Christmas in July advertising special. Throughout the month of July, enjoy 33% off all advertising packages. Whether you are micro, small, medium, or large business, now is the perfect time to put your product and service in front of the people who matter. Reach your audience through radio, television, and social media, all at 33% off. Don't miss this limited Christmas in July offer. Call us today at 281-1315 or 299-5156 and let NETT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV help you grow your business. But hurry, this special offer ends July 31st. It's Christmas in July on NETT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV.
Flavor Entertainment Services, your one-stop premium entertainment service provider. We offer top-tier, best-in-class karaoke and DJ services for your private events, sports bars and lounge. Let us help make your birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, and corporate special events memorable and special. Call us now at 462-2029. We provide more than just music. We create memories that last.
Get ready. The road to football's biggest stage starts right here on NETT Radio and Gael TV. Join us for Inside the Net, the road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights. Every weekday, take a journey through World Cup history, legendary players, unforgettable goals, football's greatest nations, rising stars, iconic stadiums, and the stories behind the beautiful game. From Brazil to Argentina, Germany to France, and every nation chasing football glory. Join us daily at 7:55 a.m. and 11:55 a.m. Don't just watch the World Cup, live the passion. Inside the Net, road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights.
Okay, everybody, so we welcome you back. We're inside the second hour of the breakfast show, and we are happy to be here with you on NETT Radio and Gael TV.
Let me just add to the advertisements. The Friends Foundation presents Brunch Extravaganza, and that's comedy for a cause and for Hillary's journey. Hillary, of course, is an ardent fan of the breakfast show. It's a comedy featuring Larry Joseph, Alan the Entertainer, and Handsome Son. It's happening on Sunday, August 2nd at St. Francois Girls College from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. All right, let's go out and support Hillary's journey. Black Sage, Joey Rivers, and his band of minstrels. The contribution is only $175, and it goes directly to support Hillary's journey, making every ticket purchase a meaningful contribution to a vital cause. All right, so you can, if you want to get tickets, of course, you will eventually get at Rumbox in St. James. I think she says she'll send them down today. But her numbers are 798-3448, 763-7608, 769-5163, and 708-1107. All right, it's happening on Sunday, August 2nd at St. Francois Girls College in Belmont. All right, Hillary's journey, a brunch extravaganza. All right. Lots of chat this morning. Wow, they have the chat busy today.
Yeah, St. Francois Girls in Belmont. And I remember, you know, there was but I think we used to have a lot of Mayfairs, I used to call them and that sort of thing, you know, and stuff. So we went there, but we didn't go through the normal channel. We stormed through the back.
As everybody used to do school bus a long time.
We storm. Right? Yeah. And we storm and we get down into the thing and we start to feel like we's people. So, come and hold you and pull me out, yes? Say you, and you outside.
Yeah.
And they march straight through the hallway, straight down the thing, out the front gate.
Well, you are really easy. Some partners of mine, the music stopped. I stay outside because I was afraid to storm, right? A party in Woodbrook. Myself and my cousin, we stay outside, we sit on the pavement and party going on there. They pass through somewhere. I don't know where they pass through. Next thing you know, the music stopped in the party. The lights turn on. And two left coming out the door. George and Peter, I will never forget that. It's not good for you. They want to storm. People house party, yeah? So everybody used to storm Bazaar a long time.
Yeah, but I
was always a coward, though. I was always afraid to do it. I don't like embarrassment. Still don't. Still don't. I was afraid of that. So.
That was an experience to me.
Yeah. Nice one. St. Francois Girls College, man. All right. So that's where the brunch extravaganza is going to take place for Hillary's journey. All right. Hillary needs some assistance from us and from you all. So hopefully you all can purchase a ticket, even if you're not going. Just like what you're required to do for the boat ride. You understand that thing? Yes. Yeah. So just buy some tickets, all right?
Yeah. So support, even though you're not going, support the ventures, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's one way of supporting that boat ride in particular is one way of supporting us, the radio station. All right, because we do this as a labor of love. You understand? Making sure that you all see those wonderful graphics and get entertained, and those ads and those messages, good news, and the did you know segment. I mean, a lot of research goes into it, and we get a lot of assistance from our listeners and people on the show itself. You know what I mean, with regards to putting together those things. And we want to be able to continue doing it. You know what I mean? So if you can't contribute directly, contribute by best buying a ticket, right, for the boat ride. Start with the boat ride. Good.
Excellent. All right. Morning poll.
Our morning poll was, of course, whom do you favor to win World Cup 2026? 1 is Argentina, 2 is Spain. Argentina is 1 simply because they are the top-rated team and they are the defending champions. So don't make a big issue for the people who think that Charles deliberately put Argentina 1.
Yes.
That's the chat on Charles. I just shake my head. I said, no, man. Argentina is the defending champions and actually put them 1.
Everything. Somebody have to go in 1, somebody have to go in 2. All right?
Yeah.
And of course,
Argentina is 1 and Spain is 2. Whom do you favor? If I only point out something with that Spain graphic, everybody might change their vote. And the Argentina graphic. There's a message in those graphics. What you color is good for Argentina and what you color is good for Spain. Tell me what you all see. If you only have open your political eyes and tell me what you see there. Anyway. But we have lots of votes coming in. People with new names. Bible Stories with Auntie Rhea. That's a brand new name. Sheppy. That's also a brand new name. People who are voting on the chat. Lots of new names, as I said. Mm-hmm. So thanks for continuing to support the absolute best show in radio. Howard Hernandez, good morning. A mutual friend of ours reached out to me the other day, Roderick Chasso. Says he knows you well. Says you're a great guy. I said, yeah, man, I remember who it is. You know?
Right, we can take a couple of your calls on the poll, people. 2811315. I know we have some real football enthusiasts, listening. You can give us a call. Tell us what you think. 2811315299556. Share your thoughts with us, and then we'll give you I can give you the results of the poll one time, I think, guys, because I don't only know what I voted one time.
Plenty Argentinians, boy. More than I thought. More than I thought. 20% said Argentina and 80% said Spain. I didn't expect Argentina to get so much votes. Oh, Lord.
Yes. In spite of everything, they still get 1 or 2 votes. All right, okay, no problem. Oh, my word. This is a perfect example of how they're hating on Argentina. Yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of people in the chat too, Carla, Cupid, Scorpion Pepper, they went into the history of Argentina. I'm not that intense, but at the same time, I understand Argentina is not. They just have not been good to black people at all. You understand? And I like Messi. I really think Messi is the best thing playing football. You understand? But he has never said anything against it either too. So I mean, I don't know that the Argentinian players have ever said anything about it, but they quick to unfurl Falklands Malvinas flag. You know what I mean? Come on. That is done. I know where all the history starts. All the history come long before that. Long before that.
Anyhow, caller, good morning.
Yeah, morning to the breakfast show. I want to say I voted for 1 Argentina. I just want to comment on that game yesterday. I think England fell down on the job after they scored that goal in the 55th minute. I think they parked the bus and they really made some bad tactical mistakes. One which I recognize early. That change would have made there, bringing on a defender and after using him eventually as a forward. That was a very brainless decision. And I think that the panic will make people lose instinct. And they really panic there. And as a result of that, they were played in that period there, coming up to the little extra 9 minutes, you know, to the 90 minutes. So I just feel that England shot themselves in the foot if they did continue trying to take the lead, right? But I must give Messi, he's a magician, he's a clever footballer, and that course where he made to that striker was pinpoint on the head. He just lean forward. And it was good. So I just want to say that I feel they will go all the way. I know that Spain is a good team, but I feel they will have the firepower to come thing on Sunday. So I say Messi all the way.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, England just completely shut down yesterday. I don't think the only other match I've seen that in is the match with Senegal. When Senegal was up 2-0. Who were they up 2-0 against again? That match, Senegal just shut down and decided to come back and was it Spain? And lost 3-2.
All right. Kola, good morning.
Gentlemen, good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Captain Ron. Yes. Morning, Wendell. Listen, it's funny, all right? It's beyond me, I should say. And this is directed mainly to Sir Charles and anybody who's following his decision and his liking. How can you honestly still back Argentina when you realize in Trinidad they're saying one thing, but in the rest of the country, the rest of the world, they're saying the referees got Argentina to the semifinals and to where they are right now. Argentina didn't win that and all their matches so far on merit to get semifinals. Something is not right, and they're not. To me, they're not world class. They may have won the World Cup last time, but even from go way back to Maradona, when he was talking about hands of God, he hands the ball to win and talk about hands of God. That's why he ended up alcoholic. That's why I can never back Argentina. I'm a diehard anti Argentina fan. All right.
No problem. Captain, you can be anti-Argentina, Uncle Argentina. It doesn't matter to me at this point.
He had diehard. He said he's a diehard.
Yeah. You can be anti-uncle. It doesn't matter to me at this point in time. I waited at the game on Sunday.
Hello?
Front and center.
Good morning, gentlemen. I have to grudgingly agree with Mr. Grant, I think it was, man. Look, give Jackie Jacket and Jim his gym boots, as the late great George Umbala Joseph used to say. But if Spain wins, I will celebrate. But right now, I think I like you, but a couple people, and they said none of the above, or they put 3. I put 3 USA. But anyway,
I saw that.
Spoiled ballot. That's right. Anyway, spoiled ballot. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, but that's right. But you know what? I said, all the fellas, I'm gonna take up the wings. So after yesterday, I added in one more sport. I'm gonna play more and all like them girls and them. So I'm gonna learn that game over again. I don't. Anyway.
But all of us grew up playing moral. You never play moral growing up?
You matter what? Hey, when they're doing that in public, you used to play moral.
Yeah, moral. It's not moral, is it?
We call it moral.
Well, listen, just to show you, I never did it. I say in Morino, like I say in his Morino, like a vest. You see?
Moral.
Just to show you, I never used to play. But the moral. You used to play moral, that's what they call it?
Yeah. Who didn't play moral?
Yeah, I play moral, hopscotch, all them things.
What? Well, I expected that from Charles because he's a good church boy, but still, I mean, yeah. But anyway, look.
I grew up with sisters, you know. I grew up with 5 sisters, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have a choice.
Grew up in area where you have yard and children in neighborhood playing and coming together and not have passed through playing moral.
Yeah.
And I had gotten so good at I could not just bounce the ball in the bounce and clap and everything, you know. Hey,
Yeah, I did it all.
I mean,
I did it all. Trust me, I didn't have a choice.
More of the games, you know, I really like, you know, and trying to get as much box as I could get.
Yeah, and jacks. You never played jacks?
Yeah.
Do they make those games again? Do they? Because they used to get jacks in our box, right? They used to get the little things in our box and with the ball, right? Do they even have those games again?
The last time I saw a jacks, it was a very inferior looking jacks. It was almost close to plastic.
Oh, gosh, no.
Tina, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I voted one because I am waiting for that king size blanket to fall. Thank you. Bye.
They're waiting to see you, Wendell. A lot of people very anxious.
Oh my gosh.
I can stand from today, though.
Yeah. Don't jinx Swain.
Somebody like you put it up on Facebook too.
Yeah.
Somebody comment there. I see when they put up on Facebook. I see, yeah.
Yeah, I put it on Facebook. 3 weeks ago, I've said this, you know. I didn't only now say this, you know. I really didn't think Argentina would be this far.
Hello, good morning.
So it's Spain and its former colony.
I'm telling you.
Morning, Mr. Grant.
All right, listen. I'm supporting Argentina because my daughter is Argentina fan long time. So I'm going with she. She's Argentina and Brazil. But Argentina remind me of Paragon in 1964. We used to be winning all the games. In the last 20, 15 minutes, check all the games Argentina win. In the last 10, 15 minutes, when side relaxing, you understand? It's so Paragon used to play. And you know Jackson thing and Moral and thing, boy, win there, boy. All them games go on. So I'm talking about politics because you only on the World Cup. Yeah, but Argentina have a friend named Martinez. That man like a raging bull boy. You see that fella boy? He going behind Kane. Hand, foot, everything. Kane can't get away at all. You watch him good. He has that tattoo. But don't look for that tattoo. But he's short and he's short there. But he's strong boy. Anyhow, I go in because I want to talk about the pothole by O'Meara Road neither. You know, living right in by the stadium.
Yeah, you right there, it's true.
Yes, as usual, you and Snappy, you know, they're trying to undo as usual. Okay.
All right, take care. I want to challenge you on, if Spain win that match, all you have to strip it.
Who's all you?
All you. Everybody else has to strip. Everybody else has to strip.
You don't say a thing, you stay with your thing.
Yes. Don't have people into your assertion.
Yeah.
I have no horse in that game. Yeah, really can't either way or the other.
No.
But at this point in time, I don't either. But at the same time, I don't want Argentina win. I don't like Argentina. I never liked the team, people. It's like back in Australia in cricket, I will never, ever support Australia in cricket. They thief too much. They have had so many things go their way by umpiring decisions, by new laws in cricket. They thief too much. It's for that reason. It's not like I don't like the game. I have Australian players that I like. But I can't back a country that always get things in their favor, and that has that kind of history. And Argentina has an awful history towards black people. I mean, most of the other countries, but at least they are making efforts to atone for that, to fix that. Whoever thought you'd see a black person playing for Japan, and Japan had a black goalkeeper? Almost every other team in the World Cup had a black player.
Well, maybe in the next World Cup.
Anyway. That is just my thing. People, they don't agree with me, right?
Yeah, we're down to the game. All right, so what else is happening in Trinidad and Tobago, people?
I'll read this from Peter Minshall. He posted something last night that I found so profound. And I'll read it for you. He said, I look on in silence as a rising tide of ignorance threatens to engulf the island people. The promise and potential of an Athens of the New World is being blindly devoured by petty tribal rivalries and insecurities of skin and hair, ancestry and religion. That bright illuminating spark of true Caribbean culture, its hybrid brilliance aglow before independence, is put out, sold out to a cult of greed and power at any cost. A cancer of corruption corrodes the body politic, a corruption of spirit, a primitive barbaric immorality of soul. The beautiful island tapestry is being torn to shreds. A monument to enormous gaudy crassness replaces it, casting a dark, dangerous, and murderous shadow. I look aside in shame. I feed the birds. I water the plants. I engage the company of the dogs and the cat with love, respect, and wonderment. Peter Minshall. That basically typifies Trinidad and Tobago and the world at large.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But that what triggered that?
What triggered that? You read it again. You read it again yourself, and you'll understand what triggered.
Okay.
You understand? It describes what's happening in our space. Of course, Peter Minshall has his own way of doing things. You know, his artistic way of doing things or saying things, and that's why he ended by saying, he just focus now on his birds and his fishes and his dogs and cats. You understand?
Oh yeah. Well, good morning.
I want to tell Wendell, I am a bandwagonist, but the main idea I voted one is because of that threat you made. And you have to stick to your word. And those play you're starting, you could start from now on. We don't want to see no jersey take off, you know. All right.
So how else am I going to naked? I have to take off something?
Nest. Oh, all right.
Why she so thirsty?
I come in across my...
You're on thirsty, ain't you?
You're on thirsty. I don't understand it at all.
And if that happened there, I come in across my Mandalay. That is all I have to say.
All right.
That's an extra tip.
No, I construe that as a threat.
I promise you that death, you know.
It's something like she come in and just drag off my clothes, eh? What am I hearing?
Well, no, just in case, just in case you didn't get anybody recently to drag it off.
Make some money out of it. Do your strip show by rum box while people drinking.
And get them so drunk they wouldn't even notice when I take off all my clothes.
You can probably do we make it by rum box. Yeah. You always open on Monday?
No, we open Sunday. You feel we're open this Sunday? This Sunday. No. I see Appa bring one big massive TV there. Yeah, from yesterday, it have man. Saying that on radio. You know, next thing you know, God come looking for me. Oh gosh. Anyway, one life, yes, live it, enjoy it.
Caller, good morning.
Yes, me again. when that thing you know really from Peter Michel is so thick. We are a lot of really people. We just let this country slip by the government. Because if you are following out woman from St. Simon in the NRO, the amount of wrong things she have done, and we just take it and smile. But again, you know, have a lot of the African race. Just put a quick box. They get money, they get position. You read 7 Kojo yesterday? Were you talking about the land?
I don't read Selvin Kojo. Sorry. I don't read him. I haven't read him for a long time.
Yeah, I used to read them. You know why I read them? I don't tell you, I read everybody. And I speak to sense out of nonsense. And I see all of them is going down one way. You understand? Because if I read them, I ain't going to know what they're saying. So I could balance my thing and know how I live in. Right? Because everything the government do, you see, forget me for saying, the Indian just go in and say, but say technically, yeah, you see Mukesh or them coming out and they're talking about this. You see the ICC, International Criminal Court now, I watch it, they say she's saying silent. Anyhow, let me know when you're stupid, right? I walk with some greasy tongue.
Thank you very much, Mr. Grease has helped make everything shine and look.
That's a contract.
You had to get some people to come and get with support on Monday.
Anyway, this is just a synopsis of what Renee Cummins had to say. She said, "You cannot build a data center with the mindset that you are merely constructing a factory, a warehouse, or another piece of physical infrastructure. You must build it with the understanding that you are constructing part of the future." As I say, she wrote a very nice article here because of her background, again, as I said, in data, in AI and so on, right? She said, "I speak as a global thought leader in data and AI governance, a professor of practice in data science, and the inaugural data activist in residence at the University of Virginia School of Data Science. The first person anywhere in the world to hold such a position. I assumed that role 6 years ago." So that's the capacity in which she has spoken. All right.
Interesting. I sent you an article. You saw that Guyana had also or is moving forward also with their data center.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
so,
Guyana and Cerebras forge historic AI partnership.
Yeah, they are charting that course also to get it up and running. Apparently, they started that sometime in December last year also. You know, to put things in place, right? So,
well, Guyana certainly have the space and the money to do it. They certainly have the space and the money.
Yeah, sure. So we will see how this whole data center, how it comes on board, what's going on, and what Trinidad and Tobago is actually planning to, and when they are going to go forward with it.
We await. All right, folks, we're taking your calls, huh? Don't forget, Lincoln, wait, all the talk you talk. Look at how much time you had to call now and you ain't calling. Huh?
Yes, 281-1315, 281-1315. Let me say that one more time. 281-1315 or 299-5156, 299-5156. The lines are open. We're taking some of your calls. Whatever you want to talk about, football, politics, or, you know, whatever. It don't matter.
Yeah. So, Charles, you have a couple videos and so on in the chat that I don't know if you could squeeze in. I don't know if you were able to download anything at all.
When that finished today?
All the last few days, well. I don't tell you already, I go stop sending videos, you know. Because that is mark download, please. Or anything I send to the chat is for downloading.
Yeah,
just
well,
a few. And Richard has been sending quite a few lately too.
But for things like did you know and stuff, where you don't know.
We can hit people extra did you know sometimes.
And
that's what we here. That's what we here for.
Yeah. So you had put something and tell me download it for Monday, and then we didn't end up using it. And Tuesday went, Wednesday went. So I get rid of that. Make me download stuff when you tell me, let me play this. 3 days. I say, I done with that. I gone.
Sometimes I do remember to say, let's play.
Yeah. You know, so when you want it on that sort of thing. Caller, good morning.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
So, Mr. Stevens, I agree with you on Guyana, because Guyana population at 800,000. Most of them live on the coast anyhow. So they had a whole interior of the 83,000 square kilometers to put data centers and have enough water of which to do so. The only people who will be harmed by the noise that the data centers will make is the animals in the jungle. So they can afford to do that. I think for the whole interior with data centers could have enough water. At the Essequibo, they have all them rivers, the one that is feed Kaita Falls. It may be that at some point Kaita Falls might disappear, but they can afford to do that. Would have seen where the governor of New York State, Governor Hochul, put a halt on 4% of data centers, right? And if no, and there's the home aware data centers designed to thing. And if she could do that, well, that tells you that it's not all good, right? They recognizing the harm it's doing to them, and also because of the pushback from the citizens with the same petitions and that kind of thing, and writing to the congressmen and the congresswomen and so on, and senators who representing them. And then the other part about it is that this weekend is carded to be the biggest no data center protest across the continental United States. I believe it's over 50 cities, from Miami in the south all the way to places like Utah and California and things, and Oregon and these places. So it's not just flippant thing against technology or progress and so on. It's driven by science and what actually happened. And I could say that Sunday it could be between the 19-year-old Yamal and the GOAT in inverted commas to see who will live that trophy and thing. And but my thinking, but I would like the young boy to win. But like I told somebody yesterday, Yamal has the opportunity to become the first teenager since Pele to win the World Cup. So that is some history. Because Pele won his first World Cup at 17 in 1958. So I think that Yamal had the opportunity to chase some history. And I think the way Spain might be the only team after Cape Verde that might give Argentina a fight down to the wire.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's hope for the best. Yeah. One is 119 and 139. I think that's Messi's age, 39. That's so Charles?
Yeah, he's somewhere around there. Yeah.
We're still taking your calls, people. We have 6 more minutes till the news, 5 more minutes till the news. We can take some more calls.
But that is that. I mean, yes, he's a young man coming forward, and what he probably eclipse or break Pele's record as one of the youngest players coming in. But I he could be one of the youngest players in the World Cup. Not to win a World Cup. Sorry. Hello, good morning.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
The situation is developing, gentlemen. Marco Rubio said that he would be working to bring down the ICC, and he would be working with Caribbean countries
this man play. Trinidad and Tobago was a pioneer in establishing the ICC. What would be our position in a situation like this? How are we supposed to deal with that? You all have an opinion on it?
I think we would have raised it. I think Richard would have raised it yesterday or day before, that same matter, because we were in fact instrumental in establishing that. I think A.N.R. Robinson was the person who was championing that cause at one point in time. I don't know enough about it, so I can't really respond. I don't know if Richard is still online. He may have followed it closer than we would have. But he will give you an opinion on it when he gets a chance, right?
An opinion in what sense?
But he asked what you think about it, about Marco Rubio, as he said.
Americans are not signatories to the ICC. Neither is Russia, neither is China. I'm not so sure if India is a signatory. But some of the big players, and also particularly the big players like Russia, China, and the United States, who engage in certain kinds of global activities, I suppose felt they need to stay out of it in terms of the implementation of the ICC. But most of the other countries on the planet signed on. So it's a hard ask. And the United States could grumble and mumble about the fact that they don't like the ICC, because the ICC is, of course, its purpose is to hold governments and leaders accountable in terms of acts that are considered crimes against humanity across the planet. And they bring world leaders before their courts. But the United States is not a signatory. So, it might be a bugbear, but if it's a bugbear to you, the better question to ask is, why is it the ICC a bugbear to you? Why? Because is it that you want an unfettered approach to global intervention? Is it that you want a global approach to, an unfettered approach to do whatever you want? Well, that's not the planet on which you live. The planet on which you live, even though it seems like that, it's still democracies in quite probably the majority of planets on countries on the planet, where you are held accountable by citizens who vote you in for every 4 or 5 years. You are not. Marco Rubio is not in that position indefinitely. Neither is President Trump.
Yeah.
You understand? You're a democracy. So the US can have a position now, but it's a position for arguably a few years. And then it shifts and changes and shifts and changes. But the ICC has endured, despite criticism from various heads and various countries that have had problems, including, I suppose you can look it up, but the reality is countries that are signatories have to hold to account whatever the rules and regulations that bind them by them acceding to the ICC. So I think I think another way of asking the question is, do you think the ICC does more good than bad? And if the answer to that is yes, then you've answered the question. So if he says he's getting help from the Caribbean, obviously your mind is good. The most avid supporter in the Caribbean is Trinidad and Tobago in terms of this current administration, and they have made no bones about it. But I would find it difficult for the current administration in Trinidad and Tobago to navigate wanting to bring down the ICC, since we were an crucial part in terms of it coming into existence. It would be it would be such a historical blot if we were to go down that road, purely for a temporary, win with a country that you're courting. So if it is, that's the plan of the Kamala predecessor regime, I don't know how they're going to try to justify it. No, they could make whatever excuse, and you will always have people that go along with you. all right? Because that's the nature of human beings. Human beings are, the more you look at the world today, the more you realize that human beings are just animals. We try to make it sophisticated, and we have religion, and we have, we eat with knives and forks, and we line up to take a bus. But ultimately, we're animals. And you see it, I think, more in this period, in this modern period, than in many. I mean, of course, each period has its challenges. I mean, we had 2 world wars, if you go back, 100 years. So there's always a vying for who is the alpha, who is the head of the pack, who can dominate more. And you see it in the politics, who big and bad, because big and bad is an alpha thing, right?
Yep.
It's an alpha thing. I am in control, and it's a very animal-related thing. If you look at the animal kingdom, and you see a lot of that posturing, we dress it up nicely and call it parties and politics, and we dress it up nicely and call it countries with borders and stuff, and we dress it up nicely and we call it GDP and territorial integrity. But ultimately, we're pretty animalistic in this period in terms of our behavior to other human beings. But that's how I see it.
All right, well, let's go for the news and come back. People, stay with us on the net.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio, and Dial Caribbean TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Venezuela's acting president Delcy Rodriguez has thanked CARICOM countries for providing humanitarian aid following last month's devastating earthquakes that killed more than 4,300 people. Rodriguez praised the regional response, including support from Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Haiti, and several other Caribbean nations, saying it reflected the strong bonds of friendship across the region. CARICOM countries sent 88 containers of relief supplies, medical equipment, and specialist teams, while Haiti also deployed 35 doctors and a field hospital. Meanwhile, the Pan American Health Organization says recovery efforts are now focused on restoring damaged health services after 38 health facilities were affected by the disaster. Former Prisons Commissioner Gerard Wilson is urging against speculation after acting Prisons Commissioner Carlos Carraspe was sent on leave amid allegations he gave preferential treatment to detained businessman Dominic Hadid. Wilson says the allegations could damage the reputation of the prison service and affect officers' morale, but stressed the public should wait for the facts before reaching conclusions. He said any investigation would normally be handled by the Ministry of Homeland Security if there was sufficient information to justify action. Wilson also called for steps to restore confidence within the prison service. Efforts to obtain comment from Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander, Carraspe, and prison officials were unsuccessful. Security consultant Dr. Garvin Hira is calling for a stronger national security response after Trinidad and Tobago's murder toll climbed to 203. He says every homicide, whether linked to organized crime, domestic disputes, or personal conflicts, requires thorough investigations and successful prosecutions to deter future violence. Hira is urging greater investment in intelligence-led policing, expanded covert operations, stronger prison intelligence to disrupt gang activity, and closer coordination among the police service, prison service, strategic services agency, forensic experts, and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. He says a unified, intelligence-driven approach is essential to achieving a sustained reduction in violent crime. Police have ordered a second autopsy in the death of 14-year-old Andrea Francis, who was found dead at her Chaguanas home on July 4th. The examination is expected to take place this week at the Forensic Science Center. An initial autopsy found Andrea died from manual strangulation, blunt force injuries to the head, and aspiration pneumonitis, shifting the investigation from a suspected suicide to a homicide. Andrea's father has denied harming his daughter and says he only learned of the autopsy findings through social media. Police say no one has been detained, and investigations are continuing. A 50-foot sailing vessel has been safely towed back to Chaguaramas after suffering mechanical problems off Trinidad's north coast. The vessel, SV Vesterkiesten, became disabled about 8 miles north of the first Boca and was at risk of drifting with the currents. A coordinated response by the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, North Post Radio Station, and the Marine Services Association brought the yacht safely under tow and back to port. No injuries were reported, and the cause of the mechanical failure remains under investigation. Finally, a freight train crew in Canada has been rescued after becoming trapped by fast-moving wildfires in Ontario. Dramatic footage showed the train traveling through flames near Armstrong, with crew members reporting they were surrounded by fire and requesting an emergency rescue. Canadian National Rail says all workers were safely evacuated, and operations in the area have been temporarily suspended. More than 100 wildfires are burning across Ontario, while smoke has blanketed Toronto, causing some of the worst air quality levels in the world. Officials are warning the smoke could spread into parts of the United States in the coming days. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on NETT Radio. NETT Radio Color Week. Cooler crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August, boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcuts, Chaguaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJs: Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early bird tickets are just $200, after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Crep, Bats International in Arima, K Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall, and Eastgate Small, and all NETT DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. NETT Radio, NETT Radio, Halloween, Cooler Crew, Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Color Week on the sea.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Are you a business owner? Well, take advantage of NETT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV Christmas in July advertising special. Throughout the month of July, enjoy 33% off all advertising packages. Whether you are micro, small, medium, or large business, now is the perfect time to put your product and service in front of the people who matter. Reach your audience through radio, television, and social media, all at 33% off. Don't miss this limited Christmas in July offer. Call us today at 281-1315 or 299-5156 and let NETT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV help you grow your business. But hurry, this special offer ends July 31st. It's Christmas in July on NETT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV.
Flavor Entertainment Services, your one-stop premium entertainment service provider. We offer top-tier, best-in-class karaoke and DJ services for your private events, sports bars and lounge. Let us help make your birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, and corporate special events memorable and special. Call us now at 462-2029. We provide more than just music. We create memories that last.
Get ready.
The road to football's biggest stage starts right here on NETT Radio and Gael TV. Join us for Inside the Net, the road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights. Every weekday, take a journey through World Cup history, legendary players, unforgettable goals, football's greatest nations, rising stars, iconic stadiums, and the stories behind the beautiful game. From Brazil to Argentina, Germany to France, and every nation chasing football glory. Join us daily at 7:55 a.m. and 11:55 a.m. Don't just watch the World Cup, live the passion. Inside the Net, road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights. Welcome to Inside the Net on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio. Our daily insights as we count down the journey to FIFA World Cup 2026. Here is today's insight.
Every nation begins the FIFA World Cup with the same dream, to stand at the very top of world football, to watch their captain lift the most coveted trophy in the game. But only one nation will achieve that dream. So what separates a World Cup champion from every other team? The answer is more than talent. Every tournament features world-class players. Every nation arrives with skilled coaches, detailed preparation, and months of planning. But history has shown that championships are rarely won on talent alone. World Cup champions possess something deeper. They remain calm when the pressure is at its greatest. They stay united when adversity strikes. And they continue believing. Even when the match seems to be slipping away, the greatest champions have always found different ways to win. Sometimes with breathtaking attacking football, sometimes through disciplined defending. Sometimes by producing one unforgettable moment of brilliance. And sometimes by surviving 90 minutes, extra time, and even the drama of a penalty shootout. Champions also understand the importance of teamwork. While individual stars often capture the headlines, every World Cup winning nation has relied on players willing to sacrifice for one another. The striker who presses tirelessly, the defender who makes one crucial tackle, the goalkeeper who produces a save that changes the course of history. Every contribution matters, every decision counts. Every player has a role to play. Then there is the mental challenge. A World Cup is unlike any other competition. The expectations of an entire nation can weigh heavily on every player. Millions are watching. Every mistake is remembered. Every success becomes part of sporting history. The teams that embrace that pressure, rather than fear it, are often the ones still standing on the final day. As FIFA World Cup 2026 approaches, every qualified nation believes it has what it takes to become champion. Some will exceed expectations. Others will face heartbreak. But only one team will earn the right to lift the famous trophy. Not because they were the most famous, not because they were expected to win, but because, over the course of the tournament, they proved themselves worthy of being called the best in the world. That is what makes a FIFA World Cup champion. This has been Inside the Net, Road to FIFA World Cup 2026.
You've been listening to Inside the Net as we count down the journey to FIFA World Cup 2026 on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Okay, everybody, and of course, we welcome you back to the breakfast show here on NETT Radio and, of course, Caribbean TV. And I quickly let me just tell you about a couple of things before we get into our guest who is already in backstage. One is the Cooler Cruise that is coming up. People, don't forget to get your tickets for the Cooler Cruise. It's happening on the 15th of right, and of course we're inviting you to come and cruise with us on board the Island Royalty. Come and party with the NETT DJs, and of course meet all our presenters and all our personnel. We are looking forward to meeting you guys also. So we are boarding at Hartscott in Chaguaramas at the Storm by the Cove. Boarding is 7 p.m. Sailing is 8 p.m. Now you can get your tickets right now at Rumbox in St. James, Crosby's in St. James, Fats International in Arima, Bobby's Bar in Kirap, and K Squared Fashions there at Eastgate Mall, West Mall, and C3 Center. You can also pick up your tickets here at 281-1315-299-5156, or call any one of our DJs, call our presenters, and we will get your tickets to you. We deliver in, all right? No problem. So call and get your tickets, all right? Wendell, the fundraiser.
Oh, let me find it. Hold on. It's Hillary's Journey.
Yeah.
Let me get it up here. Of course, this is happening on Sunday, August 2nd, and it's called Friends Foundation Presents Brunch Extravaganza. It's comedy for a cause, Hillary's Journey, and the comedians on show are some of the best, actually. Larry Joseph, I actually love him. And Dolores, Alan D, and Handsome. There's also musical comedy by Black Sage, Joey Rivers, and his band of minstrels. And of course, many other lively performances from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And that's happening on Sunday, August 2nd at St. Francois Girls College in Belmont. The contribution is just $175, and the proceeds go directly to Hillary's journey, making every ticket purchase a meaningful contribution to a vital cause. All right, you can get tickets. Call Hillary at 769-5163, 798-3448, 763-7608, and 708-1107. All right, Hillary's Journey, brunch extravaganza on Sunday, August 2nd at St. Francois Girls College. All right?
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, so of course, people who want to stay with us, we are joined by Zilk Barnes in between here. Gone in 60 seconds. Every time I say that, I find it harder and harder to believe, but I know these guys are doing all manner of things. But Zilk, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. You guys hear me okay in studio?
Morning. Yes, Zilk, loud and clear.
How are you guys this morning?
Yeah, all in all, we're good. We are all right, you know. How is life in the industry?
Well, it's getting busier. I don't know if you guys monitor what's happening on social media, but we are seeing that uptick in stolen vehicles happening almost every day now. We were involved in an operation just not last night, but night before. Well, the morning of yesterday, and as much as we would recover the vehicle in a short space of time, there are some key things that I noticed happening, and I guess the public may not necessarily be aware, but we are running our TTPS officers thin. They're tired, and we have to be mindful that this SOE is taking a different type of effect on them. You know, so it's something that we have to really put into some public discussion, because those guys cannot continue like that.
Wow. You know, I realize more and more social media, people are sending stuff, and you're right, people are stealing people's vehicles. It looks like if it's at a greater rate, because almost every day I see somebody post something on some one of the chats that I'm on, help me find this vehicle. If you see it, and they put up numbers and things. But I say, by the time these things come out, these thieves already changed number plates, probably do all manner of things already.
That's correct. And the thing is, the whole thing is how to say this, like a big scam. Like in some cases, some vehicles are stolen with the hope that when the car thieves take it, they're going to see somebody post up, "Oh, my car has been stolen," and all these different things. And then what takes place after that is that the individuals, the victim is going to be contacted by the car thieves and told, you know, "I have your car, or I know where your car is. If you give me 10,000, I will, or you arrange for 10,000, or you arrange for payment, or whatever it is, we will tell you where to find your car." So that's another scam that's going on. That's quick money from their perspective. You know,
that's not new, That scam is not new,
It isn't. But that's something that people are not aware of, because the stolen vehicle industry, after the drug trade, right, is a big industry. We're talking about millions. I remember when, if you remember Christopher Swamba and they from TTPS Stolen Vehicle Unit some years ago, they used to come out and basically admit that the stolen vehicle industry was rendering $65 to $70 million per year. And that was back then. We're talking about 5 to 10 years ago. So imagine what is happening now and how much money is moving now. And back then, we were seeing cars being taken probably one every other night or probably 3 a week. Now we have seen situations where 5 and 6 vehicles are being taken every single day, and it's just getting worse and worse. And in terms of the detection rate, while the detection rate was starting to increase at a point in time, and we were seeing something like 30 to 40%, just because GPS technology had just come out and it was becoming more and more effective. That detection rate is starting to fall now because the car thieves are basically changing the way they do things to defeat GPS tracking systems. And what is even worse, and I'm saying worse because I'm in the industry of recovering stolen vehicles, so I want to see the industry work out. But when you have companies who are popping up yesterday and they're using AI to create ads now to say that they could do what my company does in terms of their support tactical, that they have recovery and they have this and they have that and command center. And then when you visit these companies and there's a guy operating in a garage in a rental property that he get like last month, or it might be another agency who sending out people who they have never vetted to drive around and sell GPS on a Sunday in front of your house. This is the kind of things that is taking place, and we're not realizing that those are the type of agencies that damage the reputation of the industry, but more so will be involved in a whole myriad of negligent practices that will cause you to lose your vehicle if something happens. I hate to see people posting up on social media, help me find my car, when options for true GPS tracking and stolen vehicle recovery existed.
But I'll tell you something, because a memory came up just this week, 2 days ago, from 8 years ago, when I had actually sold someone a vehicle with a GPS tracker on it, but they didn't maintain it because at that time you had to keep topping up the SIM. A SIM card was used, right? Mm-hmm. And they didn't maintain it. Luckily for me, and the person who did it, I think he listens to the show, Gavin Frank from Powder Magazine, was able to recover it for me because he said, just go and put some money on the SIM card, right? As I said, I had already sold the vehicle, so it wasn't my responsibility anymore. But when the person lost the vehicle at gunpoint, they called me and I told them, listen, but that had a thing, you were supposed to maintain it anyway, but they didn't. So Gavin told me what to do and we recovered the vehicle, you know? And I had already also put it up on social media, which is why it came up as a memory on Facebook a couple of days ago.
Well, the interesting part is the whole issue with the SIM cards. I've had customers calling and asking me if it is that our devices uses SIM cards. I always laugh at when I hear that, because when I got into this industry, this was way back when, 2011. When I got there, it probably had about 1 or 2 GPS companies that were already doing GPS. And what they were doing is that they were doing the same thing with a SIM card. You send a text, you receive a message. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm an IT person. I am not getting involved in sending a text and receiving a text to recover a car. That is madness. So what I did is that I started using very expensive back then SIM cards from, I wouldn't call it a SIM card provider, but it was prohibitively expensive. But I started that way and I absorbed the cost. And by doing that, I was able to start data tracking, where we put the SIM cards, we maintain the SIM cards, so the customer doesn't have to top up anything. And we could track on a platform. Back then, I used to call our brand GPS Cloud. We were the first company to come out with that as our only offering, nothing else, no SMS. And it took us a while to get people to be convinced that that was more effective than SMS tracking, because we had to convince people, because people want to see that message come in and say, look, my car is on a map, then sign into our platform, because not everybody had data on their phone back then. Look at where that technology is now. We started that back in 2011, and now that is our standard. And the thing is, with the SIM cards now, as I said, our devices use SIM cards, but now you have devices coming with embedded SIMs. And with those embedded SIMs, you have no SIM card, but there is a SIM service, there is a subscription service. So the providers themselves, GPS tracking providers, are paying for the use of data. The customer pays for it whether it's in their sign-up cost or the renewal or however the company wants to do it. But somebody pays for the data and the customer has to pay for it eventually. And that ability to connect to the mobile network is what people are asking about. And all GPS tracking devices must connect to some network. We have even used devices that don't connect to the local networks. It uses satellite, direct satellite, where it communicates over satellite systems like Iridium and things like that. And those systems are expensive because satellite communication, bidirectional communication, is costly. So when you start to understand how these devices are made and how they're used and how they're administrated, most people who are purchasing will ask the correct questions. What I have found in this industry is that some people here, put in GPS tracking, and I don't know, like I get the impression they think it's some degree of witchcraft or magic, how this thing really works. But GPS tracking is simple. It is a device that is about half the size of your phone. It has no screen, nothing like that, just a few wires, and it just needs to be powered. Once a device is powered, it connects to satellites. And I want to say it connects to satellites. I'm going to say that. It receives satellite signals because the satellites that are orbiting will send signals down to Earth. This GPS tracking device will receive those signals, and based on the strength of those signals, what it does, it calculates a latitude and longitude, altitude, and a direction internal to the device. That information is then transmitted to a server somewhere or to the end user. That is called telemetry. So when that telemetry data reaches you, you know where your car is because it will interpret it on a map and you can see where it is. That's the simplicity of GPS tracking. GPS tracking is not a security device. It doesn't jump out, fight karate, put on handcuffs and take the person to the station and read them the rights. That's not that, right? What is the security are the people behind the technology. And when you have somebody who was selling handbags yesterday and today selling GPS tracking device, they cannot compare to a company like Air Support Tactical, where from the head comes straight down, we are people who are trained specifically in law enforcement, military, and security. So you cannot compare the two. And when people ask, what is the difference between you and Company X? And when we're talking about Company X, is again somebody who was a previous criminal. You have to start to do your homework as a provider, as a consumer.
But one of the things that you don't hear enough of, Dirk, and you may be able to clarify this, are people who are arrested, who are held for stealing cars. Because we hear about the recovery of the vehicles and so on, but we don't hear enough about who was held, who the ringleaders or whoever. Because a lot of these people aren't acting on their own.
Well, interestingly enough, there have been quite a few arrests, and the police do put out that information when they're arrested. In terms of convictions, I am aware of a lot of people have been convicted. We at Air Support Tactical, where our operations take place, when we go out, we are supplemental police officers. So we are sworn under the company and we are sworn under the Supplemental Police Act. And we go out there in most cases, TTPS are with us. And my officers and we have made arrests over the past 15 years. 9 arrests is not much as compared to, but compared to any other company outside there, they're at 0. And in those 9 arrests, I am aware that 2 people out of that 9 was convicted and did time and thing for the crimes that they would have committed in terms of those recoveries. Now, what also happens in this industry as well is that by the time a customer calls us and say, hey, my car's been stolen, and we deploy outside there, we come in to meet a car park up somewhere cooling down. I can't go back in time. I can't go back and arrest somebody who was driving the car. I hear people talk about, well, why don't you guys have a sting operation? I cannot tell my customer who has hired me to recover their car, hey, I'm going to keep your car parked up there for 3 to 4 weeks just to see if somebody come back. Because we don't know before they come back. So that conversation of that's not my job. That's the police job if they want to use some vehicle that they rent or something as part of a sting operation. But for my customer, I need to get that back. So we can only do what is in front of us. If it is that we are intercepting a vehicle that has somebody inside of it, we will intercept, as we have done in the past, arrest that person, hand them over to the TTPS in accordance with the Supplemental Police Act, and then they take it from there based on the evidence that is before them. And if it is an arrest is made or a person is charged and taken to the court and they are convicted, then hey, we contributed to that. But again, those metrics are not metrics that I have to run down. I am more concerned with making sure my recovery rate remains as high as it currently is. I am making sure that my speed to recovery becomes even faster. Just yesterday, we went from hanging up the phone, and 14 minutes, 1-4, we were at that vehicle with eyes on. A couple weeks ago, we went from hanging up the phone to 4 minutes and 42 seconds having eyes on the vehicle and getting the vehicle. So those are the kind of metrics that I am more focused on.
Yeah. Eyes on is an actual app, not so?
Say again?
Eyes on is because I have eyes on I have eyes on as an app. Is that the app? Is that
No. When I say
you're using the word eyes on.
Eyes on the vehicle, because once a customer calls us and we have to go to the recovery. The recovery is once we have officers who have taken possession of that vehicle, which in some cases just eyes on, having eyes on the vehicles, nobody is there. They cannot go anywhere. We just waiting now for the record and for the TTPS to come and take over that particular crime scene. That is what we put as our metrics. Even from the point of when we have the drone overhead, because we use drones here as well. And the drones we're using, by the way, guys, is not those little things that people flying around with 2 little controllers and stuff. No, it's not that. We use enterprise drones. They may be, I don't want to say small, they're not too large, but they may be at a size that may be comparable to those consumer drones. But an enterprise drone has a lot more redundancy, bigger batteries, it has longer ranges, it could transmit back to our command center. It has a lot of other features that average drones don't have. And when our drones reach on a location and they basically have the picture of that particular car, and we have a team coming in, we know that that car is not going anywhere, because even if it does, they're going to be intercepted. So having the general eyes on a vehicle, seeing that vehicle, means that vehicle has been recovered as far as we are concerned. And using the drones and our response teams and all these different things, we have reduced the time. That used to be what we used to guarantee 30 minutes, down now to under 15 minutes. And I want to make this clear as well. We should never be compared to a company outside there who is calling the Trans-Tobago Police Service. And then when the police service say, yeah, we find it, using that as a recovery time. That they didn't do anything. All they did was pick up the phone and call. So I don't even consider those companies when they start with those particular metrics. I am aware of 2 other companies in this country, and none of them have the name GPS in front of them, all right, that actually do stolen vehicle recovery. None of the companies that have GPS in their name are authorized by law to do anything as a recovery. What they do is that they may show up on the location, all right? They may go out and do, they might go out on the scene and all them kind of thing. But if they were to encounter that vehicle moving with the car thieves inside, there is nothing that they could do. They will just down there and follow and wait for the police to come and do all the heavy lifting. And if you don't believe me, you could go through social media and you will possibly see that for yourself. These are the people that show up like Hollywood stars. When something happens and they show up, they're showing up after the police do all the heavy work, take pictures with their jackets and all these different things, and then they post up on social media. From Air Support Tactical, whenever you look at one of Air Support Tactical videos, you will see our officers dressed, armed, and sitting down there. And in most cases, we were there waiting on the TTPS.
Yeah.
Interesting that you mentioned that also, because I was talking to somebody the other day and they were talking about the system that they were using, and they were following the vehicle, and eventually like they carried the vehicle in a particular area and they lost track of it. Does the system have any sort of fallouts like that, or
Well, so to come back to that now, yes. All systems, every single GPS tracking, with the exception of direct satellite tracking, would be affected if these systems go into an area that has absolutely no mobile connectivity. Same for Air Support Tactical. Now, what we have done is that we have optimized our antennas to try to get the best signal out. But at the end of the day, if there is no mobile phones, there's nothing you could do. We have reached into some locations where our phones don't work. The police who went with us, their radios were not working. No signal. The place just too far from the nearest cell site. And how do we get around that? To start with, number one, we recognized we needed satellite connectivity. My vehicles, we have Starlink minis on them, mini kits. So if it is something should happen, they could just put up a mini kit in an area that has no cell signal, switch on their radio, turn on the Wi-Fi, and then they're talking to us like normal. I remember when we did that out in Kumaka, up in Kumaka, and police were stunned that technology existed so simply. And then the other thing that we use as well is something called error lock. Now, error lock is an algorithm that is built into our drone management software, our mission control. We could actually send certain information to the drones, and then it comes up on the map, and we could see the drone knows where it needs to go, what it needs to look at, and the drone heads out. Now, once the drone goes into an area and does a sweep, switches to thermal, and then we get that thermal imagery. That's it. That car has been found. So even if it is in an area with absolutely no signal, that's the reason why we use technology to be able to get around those particular gaps that we have identified. And that's another key point here. I have been in nearly every single hotspot, crime spot, cool down situation, chop yard, everything you could think of in stolen vehicles over the past 15 years. My competitors, not so much. They can't go anywhere if they're sitting down behind their phone on their couch or on their bed, coordinating with TTPS. I have been outside there, and I have seen the problems with signals. I have experienced it myself, and that is why I have made investment into all of these different pieces of technology, $500,000 drones and all these different things. So that way, when my officers go out there, if I go out there with them, we will come back triumphant.
Yeah, but since Sergeant Swamber left, since Sergeant Swamber days, you don't hear much about the stolen vehicle squad again with the TTPS. I don't even know if it exists.
No, it does exist, and Mr. Lazarus on the inside, they are doing some great work. In fact, you see, things have changed with how the TTPS handle their public engagement. I mean, I'd actually, be in support of how they do it now. But for example, I see a lot of the things coming out from their media department about, and you will see the gentleman name, I think he's an ASP now, Mr. Lazarus, and you will see things that they go out and they arrest something. They do more intelligence work now. And that intelligence work has been bringing down a lot of people. And I want to keep saying this. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is a premier force. People give the TTPS a bad name. A couple police officers do a piece of foolishness, and all of a sudden, the whole TTPS rotten. I have worked with these guys. I'm not a police officer. I've never been. I came from the defense force. But I have worked with them. I have spoken to them. I attended different stakeholder meetings, and I know how much work that they're doing. And I could advocate that we have a professional Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. It is ours. We have to be proud of it anyway. And I've been saying that with you guys on the show back in 2016, 2017, if you recall. Same line. However, they are not without, they don't have unlimited resources. That is the challenge that the TTPS have when it comes to stolen vehicles. So they have been using different ways of trying to reduce it, and they have been doing it with more intelligence, going to the chop shops. They have made certain arrests. They have brought down certain gangs. But when these guys go through the system and spend 2 years in jail and then they come out, we start to see the uptick. Right now, we are dealing with two particular gangs on the east-west corridor, one operating from the Aruka area, another one operating from the Bamboo area. But they will get caught eventually if there's enough intelligence moving around. And I'm not even involved in that investigation, but we are seeing certain trends, and those trends are helping us pre-position our assets only a matter of time.
Well, you know me, I mean, I'm on record as, I wouldn't disagree with you here, but I'm on intelligence and police service don't belong in the same sentence. Maybe the experience of the stolen vehicle unit is different, but intelligence and police service, I have to be consistent. I will never, that's not going to change for me for a long while. But let me read this. There's a question on the chat. There's a query on the chat here from Sanj Duku. He says, if a client vehicle is stolen and for some reason their mobile phone remains in the said vehicle, how would you all know that it is stolen? Is there a face detection system that can detect owners so the entire system can shut down if it's not identified?
So different types of GPS tracking devices have different features. What he's talking about there, yes, you have, that is possible. We don't sell it because we don't work our business like that. And the thing is, when a vehicle is stolen, it is the owner's responsibility to know what it is going on with your vehicle. Now, if your phone is taken from you and you come and you meet your vehicle stolen, then here's what, you have to make a report and let us know, because from on our end, we cannot tell the difference between your car being stolen, you driving the car, you lend the car to your brother, your sister, or your girlfriend decide to take it at a surprise you, we don't know. All right. So when you call us and you say, listen, I'm supposed to have my car and I don't have it, which is clearly a case for making an argument for larceny, that's when we can activate. Now, what we have done is that we have built a lot of things into our systems that allow you to know what is going on, and it's normally done through your phone. So if your phone is in the car, I haven't had an instance, and this is 15 years of doing this, guys. I haven't had an instance where somebody left their phone in their car was stolen, and they didn't know. I've never had that instance. So that hypothetical question that was asked, yes, that could, if that ever comes up, that may be a challenge. But once we are told that your car is stolen, within 15 minutes, we're supposed to have eyes on that vehicle.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine, yes, that it makes sense that you would alert the GPS company, the car company, that your vehicle, because you can be held up and your phone taken away from you too. You understand?
That's correct. But you will know. And the good part about it is that what we did in our company, we created one telephone number that you will always call, 2355 GPS, the same 235-5477. Now, that is the number you would call if it is you want to learn about our services. That's the number you would call if it is you're reporting a stolen vehicle. And why we chose that, I see some other companies where they have a number for the office, but then they have a cell number for somebody to call. Now, that is a red flag for me already, because that cell number means it's a cell phone that somebody have to monitor. We don't operate like that. Our system here is a I don't want to say sophisticated, but it's a well-created system. And what happens is that it's a PBX system that is also managed by AI. So when you make a call to us and you say, well, look, I want to get this particular department, it is transferred. Our command center is also there as an option. You press the button, it goes straight to the command center. If nobody answers the command center for whatever reason, that call goes out to secondary people who may be at home, outside, in the office, because then it filters out. We do not miss a call. I get on like a completely different person. If any member of my staff leaves the command center, did not organize to have a relief, and say, even if it's to go to the kitchen or go to the bathroom, I will get like a crazy person. Because I tell my staff, our responsibility is response. Our job is response. We can't respond if nobody tells us what is going on. So if it is you drop that particular ball, then whatever happens as a consequence to you, that is your business. We have certain rules inside of here. And on top of that, that same number, 235-5477, is also tied to our WhatsApp business account. Now, everybody using WhatsApp. So we took advantage of that. So now when you WhatsApp that number, you're talking to the AI or you're talking to our command center people or whoever is on duty at that point in time that pull in those messages. And if you call that number, we just recently activated the WhatsApp calls. And what answers the call is our sales agent for WhatsApp. We're building our AI for the WhatsApp as well. So when you call, yes, you're going to be talking to an AI, and it's handling it really well. But we are going to be moving that shortly to handle technical support issues and also taking stolen vehicle reports. Now, people will be concerned. Am I talking to an AI and my car is stolen? Think about it this way. When you call us, you are actually telling a human being, hey, my car has been stolen, and they have to ask you certain questions because we have to identify who you are, what is the vehicle we're going for, and all these different things. When you do it with the AI, however, whether you are stressed and all these different things, the AI is going to pull up that information, and while that information is coming, you are talking, that information is going out to the tablets, the messaging apps of all of the responders in real time. So it is not a situation where the person has to take the message and then transcribe the message and send it out. No. What is happening now is as you are speaking, it is being transcribed and sent out to the different responders. We are trying to make sure that, remember a while ago I used the term, as soon as we hang up the phone, we were responding. No, I want, while you were taking the information from you, the response is happening. And that is where AI and these different types of technology is going to close that gap. Our company has been looking at all the emerging technologies to make our response times faster. And that is what we are trying to accomplish.
Yeah. All right, good. So Charles,
I can sense the urgency where timing is concerned. Because of the factor, just as you're asking about the dead spots and those different kinds of things. So you want to be able to respond as quickly as possible before somebody can even get to an area like that. Because I suppose thieves will be actually looking at those areas where they can take a vehicle, where it may not be found, and things like that, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, those spots are becoming smaller and smaller for them because thieves know that, generally speaking, one of the networks has been predominantly, they have captured a big part of the market when it comes to what we call M2M, machine-to-machine SIM cards and communications, right? One company out of the two that we have here. So the thieves know the probability of a vehicle not being recovered based on the areas that company is not able to transmit due to how far their cell sites are. They know this, they know the areas, and they have been using it to their advantage. But now they have a new problem here at Air Support Tactical because we created something called SIM Boost. Our systems can go on any available network in the Caribbean. So if it is that it goes into an area that has absolutely no cellular signal on one platform, it will switch to the next one. And I could tell you, having done surveys myself, there are areas in the country, but they are smaller, that does not have, that has absolutely no connectivity from B-Mobile Digital. They're real small. So for a thief to go there, we know exactly where they are. All right. So that's the nice thing about what we are doing here right now with our SIM Boost technology, something that we created here at Air Support Tactical. We have three main technologies here. I spoke about Aerolock before, which is the drones. SIM Boost is the second one. And the last one is the one we call JACM, which is Jamming Electronic Countermeasures. People will be hearing a lot about anti-jamming, and anti-jamming is real simple. Anti-jamming is the GPS tracking device realizes it lost its signal. Okay, no problem. It does something. It's a simple logic. Is that if this, then that type of logic. You see, with jamming electronic countermeasures, it goes beyond that. With what we created here, if it is that the system loses a signal, it lets us know, but it also switches over to another type of tracking, which I cannot discuss here for obvious reasons, and we are still able to track. The customer may not be able to track it on the app, but we could still get telemetry information that allows us to do the recovery. And we are bringing in one more technology soon. And right now we're in the process of testing it because we received it on that was Monday or Tuesday. And that technology is going to change the game completely. It is part of what we call our Sentinel EV. Sentinel EV was a new GPS system that we brought in to deal specifically with the new EVs that are coming, because the EV market is emerging and getting larger in Trinidad. So when we brought in the system, is so that we could basically go into any EV and hybrid and make it a fast install, like 10 minutes, but it makes it harder for a car thief to detect the type of equipment that's inside of it. But it has another component of it called mesh. Think of like the Apple AirTag system that you guys are familiar with, but built into a GPS ecosystem. So even if they jam all of the frequencies, it will automatically activate that mesh. And if it is your car passes next to another vehicle from our ecosystem, it will use that particular other GPS to be able to say exactly where this car is. So even if they disable the main parts of it, like the actual GPS tracker, the backup tracker, whatever, this little device, it's real small, that could be hitting in anything inside the car. That will transmit another car close by and let us know where to find the vehicle. So we have been adding on newer technology, emerging things, and we're the first to bring it into the Caribbean.
Yeah, very good. Sounds exciting.
Well, thanks much for sharing the information. Technology definitely is the way to go, and I see you're sparing, as they say, no stone unturned to make sure that you stay apace with the technology. So I have to commend you guys for that. Anything else you'd just like to add before we go?
Yeah, one more thing, and this is, I guess this is the first place I'm going to be making this announcement. Air Support Tactical has recently acquired some new property, and we are in the process of that acquisition. So I'm making this now because I guess people have to understand where we're going. Strategically, we are moving into another country in terms of where we're taking our offerings. I will talk more about it in the future. But with regards to the property, it means that we're going to be moving from Ignary Road sometime within the next couple of months. It's a bigger property, something like 20,000 square feet versus what we have right now, about 8,000 square feet. So it's a huge investment we're making. And what people are going to see there is a whole new diagnostic service center. We are moving from just the GPS tracking alone, but now we're pushing into other areas that has gone into personal security. So as much as we will still be doing GPS tracking, we'll also have our own lab to do our own development and manufacturing here in Trinidad and Tobago. And more importantly, there's a big part of what we do called technical surveillance countermeasures, which has become a lot more popular now. So we have to build a diagnostic center for that, because I'm going to wrap up with this. There are a lot of people who are advertising the use of all sorts of different technologies to track other people. And, we have had quite a few women who are coming in with all kind of strange, I don't want to get too much into it, but coming in to have their car searched, and we have been finding devices inside of these people's vehicles that they know nothing about. So we are expanding that area so that we could start to look at doing that a bit faster and more efficiently, because it is a growing concern in Trinidad and Tobago. So in a few weeks' time, we'll be making the final announcements in terms of where our new location is going to be. what are the services we are going to offer as part of our strategic expansion. And we'll also be making our announcements as to which country we'll be going to, because we are setting up a new office inside that country as well. So that's what I would like to say at this point in time. It's part of our strategic growth and our outlook for the next 5 years.
I like that, strategic growth. Yeah. Anyhow, then thank you so much for giving us the information this morning. And of course, God's willing, next Thursday we'll talk again.
No problem. So I'll see you next Thursday. Thanks very much, guys, for having me, and take care. Be safe.
Thanks. Take care. All right. You know what system I want? I want a system when somebody jump in my car and go in with it, that I set a chains drop down and lock them up in my car. And it just chain them to the car. They could be driving, but the minute they stop, the chains must tighten, squeeze them, and they mustn't move at all until I reach. That was the system I want.
Yes. Well, I guess you will get there soon enough. If you want it hard enough and bad enough, you will get it.
Oh gosh, look that losing a car is stress, people. I don't know. I mean, I've experienced it on more than one occasion, but it is very stressful. You feel confident, of course, when you have a system in your vehicle that you can recover it. You understand? But so if you don't have a system, trust me, get it. Give Dirk a call. Get it. It ain't worth it to spend your money, so much money, on your second largest investment you'll ever make is a motor vehicle. And for some people, it is the biggest investment they make. But that many people own cars and don't own a house.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So protect it. Trust me. The same way you have to have house insurance in case somebody light a candle or some overload or some kind of thing and you lose your whole house.
Yeah.
Protect your vehicle. And regardless of what type of vehicle, at one time they were stealing them pickups or them H100s and Kia K27. You didn't think you would lose that, but guess what? They were stealing that too. Protect it. Trust me.
Yeah. What I found astonishing, and I suppose it shouldn't be astonishing, but I found it astonishing that there are people in relationships where people put your secret device inside your car to track you.
Why you find that astonishing?
It just never crossed my mind that would really happen in terms of somebody that possessive.
Toxic relationships, Richard. That's what that is about.
Yeah. I know what it is, and obviously, and if your man or your woman do that, you need to get out of that relationship. But wow.
But especially if they do it unknowingly. If they put in a system that naturally caters for that, fine. But if they do it unknowing to you in your vehicle, it's not in their vehicle they put in it, it's in your vehicle.
What? Yeah. Nah, that's crazy.
When the Lamborghini car today now, and
you put in a GPS, they want to track to see where you go in.
And they come back, when they're up on the car,
Yeah. In my vehicle, I telling you, I have systems that I could listen. I had a system that I could hear who in my vehicle. You understand? But I put it in my vehicle, or I could speak to the person in my vehicle too. I had such a system way back in the day.
Yeah.
This vehicle now, this dash cam I have, doing all kind of thing. Well, you experience it, Richard.
Yeah.
It's doing all manner of things. It's swinging around and filming you inside the vehicle. It's doing all, taking a picture. It's swinging left, right. It's taking a picture in front. It's doing all kind of things.
You alone have to use that vehicle?
No, anybody. You know it there. You're seeing it. But generally, I alone drive my vehicle. Nobody else drives it.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
almost at 9 o'clock.
Yeah. So people, if you haven't gotten your ticket, you have not bought your ticket for the cruise on the 15th of August, do so now, please. The cooler cruise. Do so now, please.
Yeah, right now. Don't even wait for the end of the day. Go now and buy a ticket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get your ticket for the Cooler Cruise 15th of August. It ain't that far away, eh?
No.
You might think it far, but it ain't that far away, eh? So get your tickets, K Squared Fashion, C3 Center for those of you in South, K Squared Fashion for those of you all in West, in the West Mall, and K Squared Fashions in Eastgate for those of you all in the East and Trinity City area. And if you're in a Rema, you can go by Fats International. Once you buy Castro's, you buy Fats, because Fats right across the road.
Yeah.
So if you go by Castro's to buy your food, you just walk across and say, hey, give me 10 tickets, please, for the Cooler Cruise. 15th of August. That's where you could go. If you're in St. James, you have multiple locations. Crosby's and you have Rumbox. So you can have a beer or Rude Boy 12% and you could buy your tickets. But buy your tickets before you drink the Rude Boy because you might end up with 15, 20 tickets.
Well, drink the Rude Boy first. Check the Rude Boy first. At good old these days, they have a big marvelous city TV. You could watch football, you could watch Young and Restless. And they still have that? And they still have that?
I assume so, but I don't know.
Corey. I had to ask Corey that.
Yeah, Corey will know them thing.
Oh, that boy keep me on the phone long yesterday. Corey could talk, boy. He could talk, boy. Only does have them long conversations with them too.
He says I haven't.
He don't call all you. He don't call all you.
From time to time, yeah.
Oh,
from time to time.
He can talk, boy. We don't talk show again. Sanj Duku is complimenting the program today. He said he was actually looking for a GPS company to protect my brand new vehicle, and I got a lot of information. My dad, Danrad Soju, why does that name sound familiar? Actually recommended them, and I was hesitant. So Sanj Duku will be contacting Dirk very soon in terms of protecting his brand new vehicle. I'm assuming it's him, eh? I seen him, let me look, I'm zooming in now, and I seen a woman and a child. I think I seen a woman. Might be a woman. Okay.
And mention the breakfast show when you go. That might help you can afford a discount.
Yeah. When you go ask for Dirk, or just mention that you heard him on the breakfast show. Yeah. All right? That's all.
That is it. All right, guys. Well, enjoy your day. No football today, so only take it easy and relax on yourself.
Yeah, no football till Saturday. I think there's cricket today. West Indies, New Zealand, I think. I stand corrected on that.
But of course, the weekend begins tonight, people. That has not been said for the day yet. The weekend begins tonight, believe it or not, because it's Thursday. And of course, the stream continues on netradiott.com. So you can log on there and continue to listen to the excellent programming and music throughout the day. Or you can go to NETT Radio Trinidad on your smart devices. But say, take me to NETT Radio Trinidad and you're good to go. So, and I can show you what I mean. No, I can't show you what I mean. You'll get feedback. So it'll be a bacchanal. Yeah. So, but you could go to NETT Radio. Say it just like how I'm saying it. Take me to NETT Radio Trinidad on TuneIn, and you will get it on your smart devices, and that's it. And once you do it once, it becomes easier when you're telling your smart devices again. Mm-hmm. So have a fantastic day, people. Whatever you do, remember to smile and laugh. It's great for your health.
Yeah, man. Folks, have a wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God. And if there was a way you could have hacked into my camera right now, you'd probably get an idea of what I'll be doing on Monday.
All right.
If Argentina win. But guess what? You don't have that technology, so you can't see me right now. Bye-bye.
Imagine the day when the technology fails and opens up everything.
And you can't control the cameras, Sir Charles?
If I can't control it, like your camera?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I thought you all could, No. At one time we had laptops. We had laptops from the corporation, right? and they say the IT guy had a way of logging into your cameras. The IT people had a way of logging into your cameras, at home. I say, well, I'm sorry for them, because a lot of times, because that was during COVID, of course, right? Remember, most of the meetings were held online using Teams. So everybody had a laptop and was home or wherever they were doing the meetings of the council. And that's what they said. I said, well, too bad. I sorry, because if I home, I relaxing. They can't tell me to dress properly if I home doing a meeting. They mad?
Everybody's swinging around.
Exactly. Exactly.
People, when
the
we
whole house like monkey.
Yes. Guns blazing.
Oh, Lord.
Anyhow, people, just to let you know that coming up straight ahead when we come off the field, come across netradiott.com, because David Abdullah and the Tuesday Talk, we will be bringing you that rebroadcast in a few minutes' time, right? So join us.
Bye-bye all. This has been...
All right, have a fantastic one. And of course, we know you have a choice in what you watch and what you listen to, and we are so happy and we do appreciate that you chose us. You've been listening and watching The Breakfast Show.
The Breakfast Show!
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes.